couple months. Kendall turned 21, registry with 21. They can see me online, but they won't see me on the one. I got through 5 plates in the California state. I gotta wait for my place.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Cookeville High School. We are up on the plateau, and I've got with me my color analyst, Anthony Fiorella, and it's been a while. I went to Coach Dye's, and then from there, I didn't broadcast that week, which we took a week off, and then last week we made an attempt to go over and broadcast the Franklin-Oakland game. We did not know Franklin High School had a deal worked out with their local cable network, and then we were going to go do another Oakland game, and that fell through, and brings us here tonight, and we're up on the plateau at Cookeville High School. Anthony, take it away.
Yeah, it's been a second, so folks, we're extremely happy to be here with you tonight from Eddie Jelly Watson Stadium. Thank you to Tom Krager for that one. Jelly Watson, the former football coach here, is actually the grandfather to former Texas head coach Mac Brown and also the former Vanderbilt head coach Watson Brown. So a little bit of history behind the stadium here in Cookeville. These two schools, it's usually always a really good matchup. Didn't play a whole lot until they reshuffled the regions around. Now this Cookeville team comes into this region with a lot of these Murfreesboro schools, and to me, obviously, out of the 3 schools, you got Warren County, Coffee County, Cookeville. This is the most competitive school coming in here and playing these Murfreesboro schools. They always give them a run for their money, and I expect a good football game tonight.
Well, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. I mean, after tonight, we've got 2 games left, and then we're going to throw them all in the hat, those that qualify, and pull them back out. Of course, it'll be based on your on how many games you won and where you'll be seeded into the playoffs, and as we restart the second season. But it's going to shape out to be a real gun race till we get to that week 4, because that's the magic week for a Rutherford County school. If we can prevail, which we think we will, based on what so far we've seen on paper, one of these are going to squirt out and probably going to go and play a Farragut or a Maryville.
Right, and really around here too, the Rutherford County region, it's still it's not very certain how things are going to shake out. We've got 3 teams that are tied technically record-wise for second place. Blackman is currently in second. All these teams that are tied are 6-1. Blackman has a 3-1 district record, so that would set them a half a game ahead of both Cookeville and Riverdale. So this game, huge game here tonight, because one of these teams is going to get a second district loss put onto that schedule, and that could be the difference of you being able to host a playoff game in the first week, or you happen to go on the road somewhere.
Well, and we don't know where we'll be next week, but we do know that last week we're going to be at the Backyard Brawl, which will be Riverdale and Blackman, which could be a huge game. Right now that is one that can move you up and possibly let you play somebody that you're not used to playing, and you can possibly buy another week, so to speak. You're just looking to buy time to get you to the next game.
Right, and that Riverdale Blackman game, it's just a couple weeks ago, Cookeville, their first district loss was to Riverdale, and it was only by 2 points. It was a really competitive football game, and both these Riverdale and Blackman squads, they're pretty hurt coming into these final weeks. Some of these kids, they've taken some licks. Here tonight, Master Teague, obviously, unfortunately for him, having that ankle surgery.
Yeah, what is the story on Master Teague that you know?
What I saw the week of Harvey, we weren't able to call a game that week due to the rain, and I went and took a peek for a little while at the Blackman Coffee County game. It was real sloshy down there. You couldn't even tell what the 45-yard line looked like. It was just mud down there, and at one point during the game, Master Teague had turned his ankle. It wasn't very evident when. You couldn't really tell. At least I could not anyway. And so they sit him, and then we go and we do the Blackman-Smyrna game, and Master Teague does not play that one because they're saving him for Oakland. And I guess things just progressively got worse and worse throughout those Oakland and Warren County games. And I'm wanting to say it was last week Master Teague actually went in and he had ankle surgery, so more than likely, going to be done for the rest of the season.
And that's a shame. We'd love to see. I mean, we always say this. We want all our teams at full force when we play them. We don't, because we don't want somebody to come up and say, "Well, you beat me, but I didn't have my one gun." And I don't want to see any of that. I want every kid healthy. I want you playing at the top of your best level, whether you're a junior, senior, sophomore, freshman, as you come into that matchup.
Right, and coming in, things like this are going to happen. It's almost bound to happen throughout a football season. It's a physical game. You're bound to lose people. You're going to lose people, and at this part of the season, getting into these last couple of games, there's guys that maybe didn't even touch the field earlier this year throughout these first couple games, maybe got some JV experience, that are being forced into action because you really have to pull from your depth because, you're going to be my starter, but he can't necessarily go all game. He's going to get tired at some point, so now you're pulling maybe some sophomores are getting playing time, and yeah, it really tests your depth and shows you what your team is made of.
We're going to take a small break. I got to send Fiorella down. We got to get the White Hat guy's name, so we're going to jump off air. Going to let the music continue to play. We're up. We're rolling. We're at Cookeville High School. Kickoff slated at 7 o'clock. This is Stork Vision, sponsored by John Jones Real Estate.
Here we go. Got it. Got it.
Well, that didn't take long. Judy the Beauty jumped into action, our camera operator, and got us that White Hat guy just so fast. William Wins will operate the White Hat tonight, make all final decisions in this contest. As I said before, it's week 8. This is the 8th game, even though other people say it's week 9 with the break and everything, but actually it is the 8th game of the season, and it's getting like we said just a while ago. It's getting down to the nitty gritty. We're going to find out who's ready to play. Big game for Cookeville tonight. Big game for Siegel if they want to come back and try to do something, and they're facing a tough opponent, the Oakland Patriots.
Yeah, that Siegel-Oakland game, it's going to be a big challenge for Siegel. They've been through the ringer this year. They got off to that fast start. Currently sitting at 3-4. They're 1-2 in the district. So, district standings wise, they're only a game out of it. Now, of course, when it comes down to tiebreakers, your overall record comes into play. But if they're going to have a good shot at being able to make the playoffs, tonight's the night for them. They're going to have to find a way to pull this game out because, coming out of this district with 3 losses, I think it's going to be tough to get in. If they can pull out a 5-5 record, they could possibly travel somewhere, but, your district record comes into play big time when you're looking at teams coming from other districts as well, so it's going to play a big factor into it.
Let's move around the county. Let's go down to that Stewart's Creek Smyrna game that's coming up, and we could have possibly been at that one. We were talking about that, didn't get the green light there, but Smyrna should win that one.
And Smyrna really these past couple of weeks has started to put their foot on the gas. They kind of looked a little flat coming out earlier this year. They had a lot of question marks coming in, and they were struggling. But now that they've gotten comfortable with the personnel they have, that of course they lose all 5 offensive linemen from last year, so that's huge. You got a new quarterback. You lose John Turner, who's at Middle Tennessee now. They still got that big playmaker in Blake Watkins. They got Dallas Walker, defensive ends, getting some SEC offers, but they're really starting to come into their own in that region with, they've got some tough competition. You got Cane Ridge in that region, Overton's in that region, so, a big game with them tonight with the crosstown rival to help improve that district record, that all-important district record.
Everybody needs to be reminded that is tuning in. Stewart's Creek was the last high school added to the Rutherford County portfolio. The next one that will open is Rockville.
Right.
And so that's yet to come. We will have Rockville, and I would assume they'll be the Rockets or Ravens. Right now, that's kind of, I guess, up in the air.
Right, yeah.
I like the Rockets,
That wouldn't be bad. Yeah, the Rockets would not be bad. And, with these new schools, it's always a challenge building your program these first couple of years. And for Stewart's Creek, they've had the head coach David Martin, who's of course been well established here in the state, and they've had some big time players come through there. When they opened that school, Kevin Dyson, former Tennessee Titan, was the man that made that catch in the Super Bowl and got stopped on the 1-yard line. Was the athletic director there, really helped them get things going. So things are definitely looking on the up and up there at Stewart's Creek.
Let's talk about that other game in our county roundup as we go down the list, and that's a game that Coffee County hasn't shown much so far. So Riverdale on paper so far, based on what we know, but they pulled out a game over at Tomahawk Stadium against this very team we're going to see tonight on a last-second Savion Davis deal. I saw where Cecil Joyce from the D&J captured that video of the game-winning touchdown where Savion Davis went into the end zone off of a tip, and Riverdale was able to beat Cookeville. So, Cookeville's looking to try to, they need this one bad.
And yeah, that's, that was Cookeville's first loss of the year, and this Riverdale team is another team they've got some injuries. Christian Safront hurt, DeAndre Lideker hurt. They're both gone for the year.
Snapped that femur.
Those are their 2 top players on that team, and they're gone. And I think it just really shows the testament of the style of football that Will Kreisky's established over there, that no matter, what type of adversity we face, we can overcome it. And I think they've done a great job of it this year. And, just here 2 weeks ago, that was a great example of it in that Cookeville matchup. They were able to eke it out.
Talk to the Cookeville administration here, principal, staff, all the people. It's just been a homecoming for us. We've never been here to broadcast a game, but they've been very nice as far as I think they would put us up for the night if we wanted to stay.
Yeah, it's been amazing. From the second we got out of the car and we're hauling all the stuff up here for the broadcast, we had a gentleman come up here and stop and ask if we needed any help getting things set up, and if we had anything else we needed to help carry up here. The hospitality here at Cookeville High School has been great, and we definitely want to give a huge shout out and a huge thank you to the administration and faculty here, and of course football program and head coach Jimmy Maynard for having us, and we're looking forward to it. We're excited to be here.
And most of all, we want to thank our sponsor, and that's John Jones Real Estate. John Jones, over 4,500 homes sold there in Rutherford County. He has staging people He has people to help you with your loan. He can just guide you right through that home buying process, or even selling your home, and just a master at what he does. He is the king of Rutherford County, and we couldn't do it without him. Just a big supporter of all Rutherford County sports, and a staple in our community.
Anybody here from Cookeville looking to move to the Murfreesboro area, John's your man. Give him a call.
John Jones Real Estate, our sponsor. Well, it's a beautiful night here up on the plateau. We are in the middle of Tennessee, basically, and so those that don't know, when we talk about the plateau, we're just talking about that it usually gets about anywhere between 6 to 10 degrees variance from Murfreesboro, because we're coming up as we go through, going toward the Appalachian territory and going more toward Knoxville. We're up on a pretty high elevation here. Yeah,
on the way here, once you're getting about I'd say about 10-15 miles from here, and you're going through the Baxter area, you start feeling your ears pop on the way up here, and it's a nice, cool fall night. We can finally say, hopefully, I didn't jinx anything. It's been
you big guys,
weather.
You big guys enjoy that cool air blowing on you.
Oh yeah,
sure.
Oh yeah. as much as we're out here sweating and stuff.
We'll let this official get through as he's coming on through, as we get ready for tonight's big matchup. Blackman Blaze visiting here at Cookeville High School. It should be a great game.
It should, and we've done a couple of Blackman games so far this year. It's our first time here at Cookeville, so give you guys a quick rundown on the Cookeville Cavaliers.
Please do.
So coming in here offensively, this is an offense that pretty much is going to mirror this Blackman offense. They run that spread, but they're very balanced. They'll run the ball just as much as they like to pass the ball. Senior quarterback Cade Smith up here, 74 of 90 this year. He's had 16 incompletions and 90 passes, so very efficient kid. He's got over 1,000 passing yards already this season, 12 passing touchdowns, and he's a guy that, just like Connor Mitchell over here for Blackman, can run the football as well. Just about to hit 80. He's going to have his 80th carry here tonight, I would venture to say, sitting at 79 right now. 557 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns as well.
That's too much,
Oh, okay. So, just got a little bit of information on Master Teague's ankle. Apparently, this is a problem he's been having since middle school, since about the 7th grade.
So he's been nursing it for quite some time.
Yeah, so it's definitely been something that he's had to deal with, and I can tell you, I didn't play any running back or anything like that, but watching
You're
those
not
guys,
fast enough.
No, definitely not fast enough to play any running back. But watching these running backs making your cuts and stuff, it's real wear and tear on those joints, man. I can tell you, seeing guys like back when I played, like Cole Montgrass, Octavius, obviously, D. Mathers, they love those ice baths, because what you go through in your lower extremities, it's hard to go through, because it's just something that you got to try your best to take care of, but sometimes there's things that come on that you just cannot prevent.
Absolutely. Let's switch over to MTSU. Anthony Fiorello is doing an internship with Stork Vision, but also you spend a lot of Saturdays, so catch us up on Middle Tennessee State University and where we are with them and what's their situation.
Well, the number one word that's been tossed around the program so far this year has been injuries. Obviously we've had, I spoke a little bit earlier in the year, Brent Stock still cracked sternum. He's still out. He's been getting back into practicing these past couple of weeks. He's been throwing some passes, but I think they're trying to be cautious with him. They don't want him getting into any contact situations here just yet. The prolific wide receiver, electric kid, Richie James, he's great. I'm sure going to be playing on Sundays one day. He's a great talent. He's a guy that, you can plug him in as a kick and punt returner. He's a guy that's leading the NCAA. Well, I'd have to check back on it now since he hadn't played this year, but coming into this year, led all of NCAA Division I football in career receiving yards. He hurt his ankle as well. He's been out for the past couple weeks. This past week against FIU, he actually dressed, and they said if he would be needed that he could go, but he never did end up touching the field against FIU this past week, which was a 37-17 win, by the way, with over FIU, who was leading the Conference USA's Eastern Division. So it was a good win for MTSU. They got running back Terrell West, had arthroscopic knee surgery before the season started, got his first couple of carries of the year in there. You could tell he's still only at about 75-80%, but it was good for him to get some experience. The defense really stepped up, had a big day. Linebacker Khalil Brooks tied the school record, 5 tackles for loss. Had a big defensive tackle get an interception even. That was fun to watch, having the big man catch the football. And right now sitting at 3-3 through the first half of the season. So if they can get some guys healthy, may be able to shake some things up and could still very well still win the Western Division and be playing in that Conference USA title game.
You really think so?
I think they could if they can get some guys healthy and they can get some consistency out of that defense. It's been 1 week their defense will look great, and then the next week they'll give up 200 rushing yards.
So will they qualify for the Bahama Bowl, or what will?
It really depends on where they all shake out at the end of the year. I know Conference USA, I believe, one of the lowest rated bowl games you can get into if you're a 6-6 team coming out of Conference USA is, I believe, the Heart of Dallas Bowl, and I think you play a Sun Belt team, so might end up playing. It would be cool to see them play Troy again, and Troy pulls off that big win against LSU 2 weeks ago.
Absolutely,
so it was a big win for that program. But yeah, the college football atmosphere this year, just in general, it's been a fun year to watch for me personally.
Well, and the injury thing has been a big deal. It seems like we've had more injuries and kids not being healthy, and I don't have an answer for it, but this seems like the year. It's across the board in a lot of sports. I'm hearing just more and more about kids just being injured and done for the season, not being able to come back or playing with, like you said, some extra help as far as the baths and other things.
And, it kind of makes me think about something that we talked about. I can remember that in that Blackman-Hendersonville game, that first game we did, this big debate on how everybody's going over to turf.
And I don't like it. That game was invented on grass. Let's play it on grass.
Just a couple of weeks ago, I was listening on Fox Sports Radio, Brian Noe and Brady Quinn show, and Brady Quinn came on, and he was talking about the whole turf versus grass deal. And he said that it was an interesting stat. This was at the pro level. Just in the preseason alone, they had 36 players throughout the NFL tear an ACL. And that's playing on grass. So when you go over to turf, it's just two different beasts. You got away teams coming in that aren't used to playing on that turf.
And, that turf doesn't give it all. It doesn't give one bit. Grass, it gives a little bit. You can push your foot down and make that cut. When you're making that cut on that turf, it's a lot.
You're going down. If you don't have your footing right, you're going to go down. It's very unforgiving. Some people call it the turf monster. There's the injury that you can get called a turf toe. Octavius Mathers.
Yeah, he got it.
He got that when we played
10 years ago. After Smyrna won the state championship in 2006, they won it. The MVP was a kid by the name of Josh Day.
Yeah,
Josh Day ended up getting turf toe. Could not play the entire 2007 season. In fact, he injured that in an NBA. kind of scrimmage game before we went full blast in that 2007 run for the ring, and basically did his toe in and never saw the field again.
And that 2006 state championship, that's back when they were still playing the game at MTSU.
Yes, sir.
Which is that turf surface as well.
Yep.
I believe it was 2006, I'm wanting to say, it was when they actually had just gotten that turf installed, I'm wanting to say, at that field. It's not been very long that they've had a turf surface there. Floyd Stadium's really just undergone quite a few renovations within the last 20 years. But yeah, just last week, the attendance in that FIU game, which was homecoming, was only 15,000 people, and they spoke about it in the press conference Monday, and Coach Stogg was talking about it, and he said, "Well, I understand. If you're a Tennessee fan, you're a Tennessee Vol fan, support the program. Get in your car Saturday, go on down to Knoxville. If you're, a Memphis fan, get in your car, go on out to Memphis, go watch the Tigers play." But he said, if you don't want to go drive anywhere, even if you are a fan of somebody else, you got a team right here in your hometown, and it's kids that are really working their butts off, and we're trying our best to put a good product on the football field. So come on out and watch. But what the reason is behind the attendance issues there, I don't know.
Well, and it's hard. I mean, I got to give Bowling Green a lot of credit. They get right behind Western Kentucky University. I myself was at Richmond, Kentucky. I'm an alumnus from Richmond. Steve Lockmuller, athletic director up there, is doing a wonderful job, and he's got Richmond behind EKU. Now they're not playing real well right now, and Coach Elder's going to have to do something, or he's going to be looking for a job, because I'll tell you, Steve ain't going to tolerate it. But just speaking of just communities and getting behind your program, and it's important, but I don't know what the magic formula is for getting these communities to step up and do it.
You hit the nail right on the head. Really, that's, in my opinion, the biggest thing is just getting the community to get behind the program. I don't feel like the Murfreesboro community is really bought into what MTSU football's selling. They're not liking the product. I got a buddy at school that I've talked to about it.
And kids in our area don't say, even if you can't go to a volunteer, be a UT volunteer or whatever the case may be, they're not saying, I'm going to middle.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not committing to middle.
Yeah. There's still some kids out there, Ty Nix, of course, played football in Murfreesboro,
but that was
Miller Armstrong, Blackman.
There has been a couple. I don't want to say there haven't been any, but
there's been a couple. But a lot of those rosters that you pull up from you call it a mid-major school, a lot of them's from within a 30-mile radius of the area that you're from, which is not to say you need to be able to go out and get kids from California and Arizona, because there's skill players out there that you may not have access to down here. You think this is a kid? There's plethoras of talent.
Well, Kevin Prather went to UT Martin. He could have easily played at MTSU and didn't. Mm-hmm. I mean, he is talented enough to play at MTSU. Let's get on with the game. This one in front of us. What's Cookeville going to have to do to win this ball game, Anthony?
Cookeville is going to have to control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the football. I think what's really going to be big for them is really they're going to have to out-physical Blackman. They're going to have to come in here, and they're going to have to set the tone early. If they can come out, get the ball here in the first quarter, take it down the football field, score, get Blackman in a hole, and have them play from behind, then you give your defense a chance. Cookeville has got a very, very talented front seven they're going to give this Blackman offense fits. They've got, Michael Scavo. He's a senior linebacker. This kid, I remember seeing him play last year all over the football field. Very smart kid, flows with the football. You can't get anything past him. You're not going to trick him. He's one of those kids that he knows what's going to happen before the ball is even snapped. And having him at that linebacker position is a big key. And, with Master Teague out, Cordell Braxton is going to be the guy for Blackman. Blackman also missing on their offensive line. They're missing their left tackle, 74, Jameel Hughes. He's out tonight as well. So they slide Mason Griffith into that left tackle spot, which is Connor Mitchell's blind side.
Okay.
And coming off at that defensive end spot for Cookeville, you're gonna get edge rushers. Linebacker Clay Massengale, he's got 5 tackles for loss. He's got a couple sacks this year. He plays in the backfield, and so if that Cookeville front 7 can give that Blackman offensive line fits, they're going to have trouble trying to go over the top of Trey Knox. They're going to have trouble running the football, and it's really just going to shut their offense down. And that's what we saw Oakland do. That's how Oakland beat them. They got physical with them. They took control of the line of scrimmage, and they wouldn't let Blackman bully them around. So if Cookeville's going to win this football game, them big guys up front on both sides of the ball, I think that's who's going to win it for them.
Well, and Blackman, what do they want to do? Get the ball in Trey Knox's hands.
Yeah.
Let him do, and then use number 4, Jordan Brown, and then come back with number 7, Cordell Braxton.
Cordell Braxton, right. And Trey Knox really this year, you look at his stats on paper, you look at his stats on paper, and the numbers aren't quite there at this point of the year as where they were last year. But it's kind of a testament to his talent as well, because there's been teams that they're pulling safeties over the top, they're chipping him at the line of scrimmage, they're playing a lot of press coverage on him, and it opens the door up for other guys to make plays. Adonis Otey will get out there. I'm sure they'll throw the ball his way as well. Blackman, I think, offensively for them, it's for Connor Mitchell especially. You got to spread the love. You got to get the ball into plenty of other people's hands. Get the rest of the offense involved. If you become too one-dimensional, then that Cookeville defense is going to be able to key in on that, and they're gonna pick up on it quick. This isn't a bunch of kids that they're very sound defensively, and you're going to have to spread the ball around to beat them.
Ladies and gentlemen, the colors are making their way out onto the field. We'll rise for the national anthem here up on the plateau at Cookeville High School.
I'm going to get some chips if you'll represent
I think we're still getting into formation here. About a 60-piece band out there.
Yeah, it's pretty sure this is one of the bands around the state that's a competition band.
Well, we're getting ready to hear them play our nation's colors.
Old Glory.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Eddie Watson Stadium and Cookeville High School football. Please welcome the 2017 Cookeville High School Marching Cavaliers under the field direction of Caitlin Papa and Michaela Grossman, and the Patriotic Spectacular.
Oh, we're going to do a little field show, I'd say.
And now we invite all Cookeville High School students and alumni to stand for the playing of the Cookeville High School alma mater. And now, in the spirit of good sportsmanship and hospitality, we welcome our guests from Blackman High School.
Nothing but class there.
And that just shows you the hospitality that we were talking about.
Just showed the hospitality. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand, remove your hats, and observe a moment of silence. Your ROTC Color Guard and their instructors, Colonel Nikki Philco, First Sergeant Douglas Romero, and Sergeant David Frazier. Color Guard Commander is Cadet Captain Montana Shukarai. And now to honor our flag that represents, please join the Marching Cavaliers and the Cookeville High School Junior ROTC Color Guard in the singing of our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner.
All right, we'll wait till they leave the field. And we're ready to roll. 7 minutes before kickoff here at Cookeville High School. Anthony Fiorello right beside me. Judy the Beauty is running the camera. We're about ready for some football action. Talk a little bit about my sponsor. That's John Jones Real Estate. When it comes to buying or selling real estate, there's only one place to go. That would be John Jones Real Estate and his amazing team. Let me tell you what you get when you get with John Jones. Number one, you get over 4,500 transactions of knowledge and experience. Number two, you get the team of specialists surrounding you to ensure every detail is covered and to make the process an easy, stress-free experience. Number three, you will receive many added value services at no additional cost, including a free moving truck. And number four, preferred vendors to help you get your home ready for sale or free staging in that new home. Call John Jones Real Estate, Rutherford County's #1 real estate guy. We appreciate you, John. Alrighty, we're getting ready to roll. Anthony Fiorello is with me. My color guy, Judy the Beauty, course on the camera. 5 minutes, 43 seconds. Guy that wears the white hat tonight, that guy's name is William Wynn, so he will make all final calls. Captains are gathering together. Judy will put the bead on them, and then we'll let you know who those people are. I see Blackman gathering across the way. I've not seen Cookeville. We are aware of that slight hum, and I'm not for sure where it is. We'll do the best we can, try to figure that out. We know it's something across something electrical is what it is, more than likely.
Try to get you those captains from the Blackman side.
Judy, zoom in on the other side. Let's get a little Blackman.
We see number 13, Trey Knox. 31, James Finley. Number 92, Trevin Brown. And number 6, Connor Mitchell.
It's week 8. It's game 8. 2 left after tonight. Then we will move into the second part of the season, or start the second season, whatever you want to call it. It's playoffs.
Yeah, it's heck, I'd call it a second season. You're 0-0 once you get into the playoffs. It starts all over, and you cannot lose a game. It's win or go home.
These are the games that, I'm a little bit more nervous about, because you get in that lull, you come back off that fall break, you stand, you're not thinking, you're thinking maybe, we'll go over to Cookeville, we'll beat them, or whatever the case may be, we'll go down to Coffee County and beat them, or we'll go over to, regardless of the situation, you get kind of lax. And there's a lot of teams that, even over the fall break, usually like the last couple days of it, they'll have a practice. You may not be wearing pads or something, but it's just to keep the kids' minds on football. You don't just use the word lax. You don't want to get too lax. You want to still just kind of be in the flow of things, but at the same time, the bye week it's great for your body. You're able to take care of yourself physically, especially to have it later in the year like this. It's pretty much, if you're going to go the whole 15 games, they cut it off, you're halfway there. Absolutely.
Coming after game 7, so you get a chance to recharge the batteries and get back at it again here tonight.
I'll take the Cookeville captains. Jimmy Maynard's the head coach. He is 6-1. They have number 54. That's going to be Connor Wright. Number 15, that's going to be Michael Scavo. Number 22, that's going to be Jacob Libby. And number 6 is going to be Cade Smith, the quarterback.
Talk to you just a little bit more about that Cookeville football team. We hit on quarterback Cade Smith. They've got a prolific receiver in Jarquez Hicks. He's a guy. He's our leading receiver. He's got 20 catches this year. He's also their top corner. 20 catches, 6 touchdowns on offense, 2 interceptions, 3 passes defended against on defense. So this kid's an athlete that is definitely, I would say, going to cause problems for Blackman here tonight. I'm sure he'll be matched up with Trey Knox all night. And just a couple weeks ago, we see Woody Washington from Oakland, who was matched up with Trey Knox. Jarquez Hicks, he's another great talent that is going to give Trey Knox a run for his money here tonight. But at the same time, you flip the coin over, Jarquez Hicks, I'm sure, has not seen a receiver as good as Trey Knox either. So it's definitely going to be a fun matchup to watch. Throwing the football as well, they like the tight end, David Dial. He's a senior, 17 catches, 2 touchdowns this year. He's a big kid, 6'5", killer target over the middle of the field. You get down in that red zone, you see these safeties going out to cover those fade routes. You got to keep eyes on that big tight end as well, because he can hurt you down there.
Well, teams are getting into their tunnel formation. Looks like Cookeville will run through the L as they get ready to come out. Waiting on them. Blaze getting ready to run through their banner. We'll be getting underway. 1 minute, 16 seconds. We should have a ball in the air. Gosh, it feels so good to be back calling what we call, our kind of ball. We like to think that the Murfreesboro area, the Rutherford County ball, that's where I learned. We feel like that's some of the best ball around. We love it. Get to play through the whistle. Bands play. It's part of it. Here comes Cookeville. Coach Maynard was great to me through email, helping us get set up. Appreciate Tom Krager down at the Tennessee, and he is helping us out immensely. This link is being carried across the Tennessean database as well as the Daily News Journal. So we appreciate Tom Krager taking care of us on that, as well as let's give a little shout out to Cecil Joyce. Why not?
Joyce, yeah. I think he's over at Stewart's Creek, Smyrna tonight.
Well,
where he's at, so
that'd be a good place to be. So Blackman going to get the ball first, without Master Teague. Like we said earlier, before we got started, Cordell Braxton will be one of their number one guns, along with Jordan Brown, number 4. Braxton wears number 7, and then they'll use Trey Knox quite a bit, number 13, who is a junior, has multiple offers. Kid can pick anywhere he wants to go to school. He's been offered by Ohio State. He's been offered by Clemson. He's had several offers. He's a kid that everybody's looking at, just at him being in that junior slot.
Yeah, and like I was saying earlier, after they get this thing kicked off, spread the ball around, get it into these playmakers' hands, and get them all comfortable early, because that's where you're going to do your most damage.
Number 31, Jared Talbot is the kicker. He's a senior, 5'7", 150 pounds, and he puts his left foot into the ball. It's received by number 19, Connor Williamson. And I like 81 on the tackle. Dylan Sparks, the wide receiver linebacker, senior, 6'4". Get our first look at the Blackman Blaze.
65, Jacob Stanford. Also number 9, Glenmore Crabtree.
Number 6, Connor Mitchell, run the offense for the Blackman Blaze. You kids have seen him before.
Number 30, Clay Massengill. Number 15, Michael Stavo. Number 81, Dylan Sparks. Number 4, Jarquez Hicks.
Cordell Braxton in the backfield right now.
And number 18, Ben Ball.
Trey Knox in the slot. They pull a safety over to
Got Elijah Lane down here by me, it looks like. Connor Mitchell going to the right side, keeps it himself. Not going to get much there. Quickly wrapped up by number 81, Dylan Sparks. And it's going to be second down, and I'd say second to left. Did he get that much?
Yeah, he looked like he picked up 3 or 4.
All right, let's call it 2nd and 7. Clock continuing to work. 11:24 left to go in the first, as you can see. Single back, little screen pass. It's out there to Trey Knox. Number 4 was there to make sure he didn't go anywhere. That's Jarquez Hicks.
Jarquez Hicks, and boy, I tell you, that's a heck of a tackle right there. They throw the screen out there. Knox coming out of the slot. Hicks has a man on him blocking him. He's able to fight off the block and make a good tackle.
Ball on the 47. This is a 3rd down situation. 3rd and 2 now for the Blackman Blaze. Connor Mitchell working out of that shotgun. 2 in motion. Did they go with Jordan Brown?
They went with that was Cordell Braxton in the backfield. And looks like they lost a couple yards, so Blackman's going to have to punt the football.
Punt team.
And that's, I was speaking on it earlier before we started the game. Right there, that was that Cookeville front 7 winning the battle. They win that battle up front, they're going to give Blackman fits.
And punt formation for Blackman is number 80. That's Thomas Burks.
Burks set to punt for the Blaze. Hicks is back deep. Number 4 for the Cavaliers. Hicks is going to take it just at about the 9-yard line. And he's going to be brought back to just about the 16, 17-yard line. Quickly stopped by number 22. That's Ethan Myers. Go ahead.
Good kick right there by Thomas Burks. Kicks it to the sidelines. You force him over into that end of the field. He doesn't have the whole field to work with there. And they do a good job. The coverage team does a good job of getting down there and making the stop as well.
Number 81, Dylan Sparks, and number 4, Jarquez Hicks.
Not warmed up like I'd like to be. That ball's marked on the 21-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers. Here we go, operating out of the shotgun. He hands it off right up the middle.
Up to David Giss.
He gives it to David Giss, the senior 6 foot, 190-pound running back. And he's going to pick up a couple that's going to bring up 2nd down. And let's call it 2nd and 7 as the ball moves up almost to the 25-yard line. Quick huddle, and they're back into formation. Cade Smith, that's number 6, in the shotgun. Quarterback.
Pressure coming off the edge, and Dontavius Claybrooks, that's why they changed the play. Yeah,
he goes right back to David Giss, number 3. Not much there. Ball, the whistle had blown, guys. We're going to give the tackle to number 8, Jamison Carson, we've called his name several times this year.
Yeah, Jameis Carson has stepped up and been a big playmaker on this Blackman defense, who really has performed well. Minus that Oakland game was a little setback, but they've shown that they can play defense with the best of them as well.
3rd and 4 with the ball marked just at the 27-yard line. That clock's moving. No score.
2 tight ends set for Cookeville.
Number 15, Michael Scavo.
Michael Scavo, number 15, the senior 5'11", 225-pound running back. And they get the first, fresh set of 4, given to the quarterback. That's Cade Smith. So Jimmy Maynard's Cookeville Cavaliers moving the ball. Ball marked just at the 33-yard line. 1st and 10, Cookeville, 8:08 left to go here in the first quarter. We're scoreless.
Real hard-nosed call there by Coach Maynard, running the football there on 3rd and medium.
They send number 7, Davin Dial, into motion.
Scavo again.
Yeah. Scavo,
got a late flag.
Yeah, got a late hit or something. Long flag tossed in. Didn't like something. He'll talk to William Wins, who wears that white hat. We'll wait for the call.
I think it's going to be on Cookeville.
They're backing off
with some extracurricular activity after the play.
That could be a 15-yarder, and that could hurt. Personal foul called against Blackman. That's going to be 15 yards added to that. That's not good. That'll leave a mark. As he steps off that, that's going to move it up just about to almost the 43-yard line.
And you see, with him bringing Michael Scavo into the game to run the ball, it's a big physical kid. You're getting into the head of this Blackman defense right now, and you're establishing that, hey, we're going to come in here and we're going to try to run the ball down your throat, and we're going to play hard-nosed football.
Well, he's moving the chains a little bit with penalties, a little bit on the ground. Quarterback, Cade Smith, number 6, operates with a single tailback to the left, and he takes it himself, picks up about 7-8 yards, moves the ball deeper into Blackman Blaze territory. We're going to have us a ball game. Ball marked just on the 33. 33 and a half. Go ahead.
And Cookeville's yet to throw a pass here on this drive, and if I'm them, I probably don't throw one. As well as they're running the football, you want to continue to establish the run.
Absolutely. Cade Smith keeps it himself, pulls it from the belly of Scavo.
Took a lick right there from
Jordan Brown. Yeah, it was right there, number 4 on that stop. That could have been if they hadn't read that could have been a big game.
That's a stop that the Blackman Blaze needed. They needed, even though Cookeville gets the first down right there, you know, somebody gives a shot like that to the quarterback, you're showing, hey, we're here and we're fighting too.
Ball on the 31-yard line, and Cookeville's in control. They got number 3, David Giss, just right to the left to the quarterback, and that is Cade Smith. Let Gist have it. Gist goes right up the middle, picks up about 10 yards and moves the ball deeper into Blaze territory, just up to about the 19-yard line. Is that a first down? It sure is. A chain gang will move. The box man will reset. Fresh set of 4 given to the Cookeville Cavaliers and Cade Smith.
Blackman been rotating between 92 Trevin Brown and 93 Lorenzo Smith at that one technique, and that's really been where Cookeville's been blowing it up, going through that A-gap.
David Watson can't be pleased with that defensive performance out of the Blaze so far, but you got to be pleased with what, look at Cookeville just making good decisions. Cade Smith, he's up to about the 10-yard line. Tackle made by number 2, Kadir Ibram.
That's I think that's a design quarterback draw there, because you see him turn and look like he's going to, it's a good call down here in the red zone. He turns and looks like he's going to throw that fade pass, keeps it himself, gets you a couple yards.
Well, he's been very patient so far. That's Cade Smith. They lost last year at Blackman, so you know they got a little bad taste in their mouth. They'd like to get a W here tonight. He's got number 15, Michael Scavo. He's going to line up on that left side. They're operating out of that shotgun. You got number 18, Ben Ball, down here on the right.
15, Scavo.
Scavo didn't get much there. It's going to be second down. Let's call it about second and 11.
And the way that they've been running the ball, they continue to pound up into that A-gap. Blackman's been bringing a lot of pressure off the edge here early. I think they're starting to get the picture. Hey, let's let these guys just go ahead and play regular football off the edges, and let's start sending our pressure up the middle. Let the safety take care of the passing responsibilities over the middle of the field.
Cookeville's yet to put the ball in the air. They just worked it on the ground. You've got to give a lot of credit to Cade Smith, their quarterback. Gist is to the left of him. Fakes the pitch, keeps it himself, rolls right up the middle, picks up a couple.
Middle for the Cavaliers. He's tackled first
Big 90. Big 90. You know who that is? Ben Kalu in there on that stop.
Going to have a 3rd and goal.
They got to do something. You know, you don't want to get 3 here if you're Cookeville. You want to get 6.
Oh, it's the way that they've moved the ball and gotten down here. That would be huge if Blackman could stop them and hold them to 3.
Toward the back half of these games, you got to get to where you want 6. You can't start getting 3. 3 does you no good in the playoffs. You got to get to 6.
They stopped them.
Yep. He faked it to Scavo.
The quarterback keeper.
And here this early, if I'm Coach Maynard, the way that this drive has gone, I test the discipline of this Blackman defense. I get up there, I go with a hard count, but looks like they're going to send out the field goal unit now and just go ahead and take
Going to catch 3.
I test them and see if you can get that ball down to the goal line and maybe go for it, but you know, in this magnitude of a football game as well, you could flip the coin over and say, hey, we got to take as many points as we can get.
They'll fire the cannon if they score. It should go off. There should be a cannon somewhere.
I actually don't see it.
You don't see it? Used to have a cannon here.
They did used to have a cannon here. I do remember they used to have a cannon here.
Well,
we still have a 3-0 ball.
That's it. I disappointed the crowd. I left out the cannon. Either way, 3-3-3 is on the scoreboard, and they're ahead by 3-0.
It used to be where they just kicked that field goal. I don't know if you guys were able to see those ROTC kids over there when he was kicking the field goal. That's exactly where they used to have that cannon set back there, and every time they'd score, they'd fire one off.
Well, you're Blackman, you know, are you awake now? I mean, did you think you just going to come down here, get off the bus, put a football helmet on, walk out here and beat this team? I don't think so.
Yeah, and, you know, the message over there has got to be like, hey, you know, that's a good stop. We buckled down, and we didn't give up the touchdown. We only give up 3 points. We got to come back out here on offense, and we've got to start getting our stuff together. You know, we got out physicaled on the last drive. We've got to come out. We got to establish our running game. We've got to spread the ball around, get Trey Knox involved, move the ball down the field, take the lead right back.
Well, we definitely don't need a mic on the band. They're right beside us. Our scoreboard maneuver is getting a little messed up. We may have to ask a patron to slide to the right just a little bit.
Number 19, Connor Williamson.
Anthony will cover the broadcast. I'll take care of that. Just a second. You cover the broadcast.
Okay. Blackman offense getting ready to trot back out onto the field.
That's great.
Connor Mitchell in the backfield with Cordell Braxton.
I'm back, kids. Sorry, we just had to get that scoreboard situation.
Number 11, Elijah Lane, lined up at tight end.
Connor Mitchell, two-step drop, looking downfield, lets it fly.
He's got him.
looking for Trey Knox. He's got it up to about the 22-yard line.
First and 10 is one of those downs where if you want to take a shot, go for it. You got 3 more downs to play with. They get Trey Knox matched up one-on-one with the safety going over the middle of the field on that post route. 6'5", you get in front of that safety, that's going to happen all night.
Connor Mitchell gets his Blackman blazing gear. They strike back quick. He operates out of that shotgun. He's got Cordell Braxton to his right, and he gives it to Cordell Braxton running up that right side. 32's got him and wrestles him to the ground. That's Ben Loftus.
Down by number 32, that's Ben Loftus.
Boy, and you come out, this is a great way to respond. You come out, you've ran 2 plays, and you've already gained 56 yards.
Ball just on the 14.5-yard line. Connor Mitchell gives it back to Cordell Braxton. He's going to get 4-5 yards.
Braxton, he's a guy that I've said this all year. I think if he's at any other school around here, he's a starting running back. He's in the situation where he's got Master Teague on his football team. This kid is a great running back, and I think he's going to do some big things here tonight.
Connor Mitchell throws in the dirt, not a good pass. No, the intended receiver was number 81, Emilio Martin.
This is a 2nd and goal, folks. They got the ball down to the 10-yard line, so they have to get the ball into the end zone here to convert.
And David Watson wants 6. That's all there is to it.
Absolutely. Got Trey Knox here in the slot again, matched up with that safety, number 18, Ben Ball.
Connor Mitchell keeps it himself. Met by that big Cookeville line. Number 15, Scavo, was right there on the stop.
Now here, if you're Blackman,
what do you do?
You're bringing Adonis O'Tay into the football game here.
Go try to get Trey Knox on a one-on-one and throw the ball up. Look at the height difference from here.
He's going to be matched
Look at that
up
height
with
difference, kids.
Jarquez Hicks is only 5'9". Trey Knox 6'4".
Let's look to the top of the screen. Look to the top of the screen. It's going to be a fade to that top. He's looking.
So Tay wide open. Oh no, it was Braxton.
No, Cordell Braxton. Touchdown, Braxton. Touchdown, Blackman Blaze.
That's a good play call right there too, because you get everybody keyed in on Trey Knox, and he pulls everybody to the other side of the football field. And you got Cordell Braxton sitting there in the back of the end zone. They forgot to cover number 7. That's easy money right there for Connor Mitchell.
A lot of people talk about Aaron Sears at Oakland and how good a kicker he is. We've got one right in front of us right here. This kid can kick it also. Thomas Burks, Blackman High School.
Rivals has rated him a 5-star kicker. Not very many 5-star recruits, let alone in the nation, let alone here in the state of Tennessee. This is a 5-star kid right here that is going to be playing high school or college. Excuse me. He's going to be playing college football on Saturdays. Don't think he's committed anywhere yet, but one of the better kickers in Blackman football history.
And boom, he hits it. So we're at 7-3. About 50 left here in the first quarter, and you know, Cookeville's going to get it. We've already seen what they're going to do. They're going to keep it on the ground.
Right, and continue to do what you've been doing. Blackman is a team that, you know, we talked about it a couple weeks ago. Ty hit on it. Explosion plays is where they're going to hurt you. They get a big explosion play on that last drive, sets them up at the 20-yard line. They ain't got far to go. This Cookeville team is a team that has to continue. I know I've used this word, and I'm going to continue using this word, and it might wear you folks out, but the physicality is so important for Cookeville. If they can continue to get that offensive line established and be able to run the ball right up the gut, then they're going to continue scoring points.
Absolutely. Well, Burks, he likes to kick it in the back of the end zone. That's what he's going to do.
Yeah. number 3, David Gist, back there. Probably not going to have a return all night, but I set him back there just in case.
Absolutely.
That's sailing out of the back. You can already tell. Yep. Cookeville's going to take over at the 20. And on this drive, folks, keep an eye on the interior, the centers and guards for Cookeville, and on that interior defensive line where you see 92 Trevin Brown is going to be lined up. If they go 3-4 front, he'll be lined up head up on the center. They had a lot of success running the ball right up the gut. Let's try to see if Cookeville can continue to do that. Got a 2 tight end set with Dial and Scavo to the right. They give it to Gist. Tries to get around the edge, makes a little move, makes a little something out of nothing. He's going to get about 4 yards on that one.
Sorry, kids, that scoreboard clock, I got to keep it. We have a guest that's moving in front of it, so I'm trying to keep it to where you all can see it at home on your screen. Cade Smith is the quarterback for the Cookeville Cavaliers. He's got Michael Scavo to his left. Here we go. He's kept it on the ground all the time. Number 4, that's Hicks in motion. Cade Smith keeps it himself, works his way up, steps out of bounds, just at about the 31-yard line. Going to be close for the first down.
I think he's going to have it by about 2 yards, and something you see right there that I can't say that I can remember seeing this year is number 34, Dontavius Claybrooks, missing a tackle right there. That's a kid that's been all over flying around the football field for Blackman, been a really, really surefire kid. You know what you're going to get out of him, and he had him in the backfield.
Boy, it was Christmas early on that spot, I'm telling you. So Cade Smith, number 6, operates out of that shotgun. They give it off to number 3, David Gist. Gist met by that Blackman Blaze front line.
Tackle made by number 4, Jordan Brown.
Jordan Brown on the stop. It's going to bring up a second down situation, and we're under a minute here in the first.
And going against a team that will ground and pound the way that Cookeville will, the most important thing that you can do on defense is everybody flock to the football, because you never know what's going to happen.
I like Jimmy Maynard's attack so far. I mean, you know, he's going to get out of this quarter and hold, you know, a good Blackman team. You know, he's still within striking distance. Great. He runs it himself. He's almost up to another first down. Up to about the 46, 47-yard line. That may be the last play of this quarter.
Boy, and that gives me goosebumps. You see him get up. They get in each other's face like that. You can tell what type of football game this is going to be. These are, in my opinion, the most fun ones to watch when you got two teams who really don't like each other going at it.
That's it. We're going to get out of the first. Your score, Blackman Blaze 7, Cookeville Cavaliers 3. Jimmy Maynard has something up his sleeve for David Watson, that's for sure. Gay scores for me? No scores yet. Our score guy hadn't kicked in. And Tom Krager's already tweeted he'll take that completion. We appreciate you, Mr. Krager. You can have anything you want as far as those highlights, you know that. We appreciate our sponsor, John Jones Real Estate, the man that has over 4,500 transactions in Rutherford County, the number one real estate guy in the area. What you got for me?
Finally, we were able to find us a couple scores.
Please.
Courtesy of Cecil Joyce, the Daily News Journal. Riverdale and Coffee County actually tied up at 7 in the first quarter. So, you know, just like you said,
these lull games, these 7,
you got to
8,
watch out.
Yeah, you're always going to be ready for week 9 and 10. It's 7 and 8.
They're the ones that you got to be wary of.
Worried about 7 and 8.
And Stewart's Creek at the end of the first quarter, they're up 7-0 on the Bulldogs.
I didn't call that one. Quarterback keeps it himself and picks up maybe about a yard, and that is, you know, Cade Smith, number 6.
Yellow. I think I saw a yellow hanky fly in at the end. I could be wrong.
It was a third down situation. Looked like it was 3rd and 1.
Yes,
let's see what it is.
We do have a flag.
It's going to be holding.
If it is, that would be big.
I'm not too bad, am I? That's
No.
a 10-yard penalty.
It's a good call right there.
10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. And, you know, they're not going to decline it, are they? He's going to decline it. No, he's going to step it off. So still third down, so that's going to make it 3rd and 11. Jimmy Maynard's going to have to put it in the air, so we could see our first pass out of the Cookeville Cavaliers.
Yeah, and that's the whole reasoning behind that is now you're at this point, Cookeville has not had to throw the football yet. So you play the field position game right here. You force an incompletion, you get better field position on offense if you're Blackman. Davendale, big tight end, they pull him out into the slot.
Yeah. Good-looking kid at 6'4".
That's Hicks.
It takes it into Blackman Blaze territory. Tackled by Adonis Otey.
Yeah, they're picking on Adonis Otey over there. I saw that whole thing develop, and that was just a great, clean route there by Jarquez Hicks. He runs Adonis Otey up the field. Otey able to keep his hips in good position, and then Hicks just makes that break real quick over the middle of the field. Makes a good catch and a good throw there by Cade Smith as well.
Cade Smith operates with a single back, and that's Scavo to the left. Back to Scavo. Pushing forward, put his head down to try to get more. Maybe picked up 3. Big Ben Kalu in there, 90, telling him I've got something to say about this too. I don't want to meet Ben Kalu on a Halloween night. He's a big kid.
No, that would. We do have Halloween coming up here in a couple of weeks, so if he's out trick-or-treating in the Blackman area, better watch out.
Yeah, 2nd and 6 now for Cade and the Cavaliers. I'd say he's going to run that ball. Scavo there in the slot. Fakes a pitch. Cade keeps it himself. Runs up the mid on the left side. Number 4, Jordan Brown was there on the stop. It's going to leave up a 3rd down and a 3rd and a couple for the Cookeville Cavaliers. Jimmy Maynard's doing a good job, and so is Cade Smith in running this Cookeville Cavalier offense.
With him out there, this ball's probably going to go. Well, maybe not. They're going to put him in the slot. I was going to say Michael Scavo in these 3rd and short situations, but it looks like they're probably going to give it to David Gist.
Ball on the 36.
I think Cookeville's burning a timeout here. Oh.
What happened?
Penalty. It was a false start.
That'll back it up 5.
He put his hands up and was waving them. I thought it was a timeout.
All right, kids, it's 3rd down.
7 now.
3rd and 7. Still makeable for Cookeville.
You got Hicks on the very top of your screen.
He keeps it himself. Now puts it up to a 4th down situation. It's going to be 4th and 5. I don't know if I'd have done that. I might have put that ball in the air.
Well, what they're thinking right here is it may be 4-down territory. You're on the 36.5-yard line. Too far to kick, but maybe too short to punt. So now you got a 4th and shorter, so that way when you throw the ball, you may be able to pick up on it.
Well, you were right. They're going to run that football. My scoreboard feed there is getting impeded. Oh, my gosh, high snap. He's in trouble.
Oh, wow.
Cade Smith with that high snap. And
got a late flag coming in.
Not good.
I think Blackman will still keep the football.
Yeah.
But they're going to back it up to about the 35-yard line. They have it marked at midfield right now. I think this is going to be an unsportsmanlike on the Blackman Blaze. Willie Wynn, the head referee. They're all converging at midfield. We're waiting on the call. It is an unsportsmanlike on Blackman. They'll keep the football, and it's going to be 1st down from their own 35-yard line. But the important thing is they come up with the stop and they get the football back. Have a chance to make it a 2-possession football game now.
Well, 9:03 left to go here in the first half. And, you know, Jimmy Maynard's Cookeville Cavaliers had a chance there to maybe get some more points, and now they give the ball back to Blackman. Blackman, you will put your foot on the gas and put 6 on the board real quick. Connor Mitchell operating out of that shotgun. Cordell Braxton to his left. He fakes it, keeps it himself, runs along the left side, gets the first down, about a 12-yard pickup, brings the ball just up to about, I'd say, the 47, 48-yard line. Chain gang move. Box man's on the run, and they'll reset and give a fresh set of 4 to Connor Mitchell and the Blackman Blaze.
Good little run there by Mitchell. We've talked about it so much that he's really developed as a runner this year, and it just gives Blackman a whole other weapon to run the football with.
Emilio Martin's down here by me. He wears number 81. Cordell Braxton to the right. Trey Knox up on the left. Who did I just mention? Emilio Martin, number 81. He's tackled by number 21. That's J.P. Bush, the 5'9", 145-pound senior.
Good route there by Martin on that hitch is what they call it, a curl, if you will, as well. Stick your foot in the ground, turn around, the football's going to be there. That's one of those harder catches to make, and he did a good job.
Connor Mitchell out of the shotgun. Looking to the left. He's got Trey Knox over there. Trey, I
think he's going to get it.
I think he is too.
Good second effort there by Trey Knox as he's got guys hanging on his ankles and he's able to dive forward. Looks like he may be a half a yard short of the sticks. He doesn't like that call. Still a great effort out of Trey Knox. You have to like what you see right there if you're David Watson.
I do a quick snap or quick count, go on that first cadence and get this first down and start with a fresh set of 4 if it's me. Or just put your foot on the gas and give it to Cordell Braxton on the left. Mitchell going to operate out of that shotgun. Got Spencer Lane in that slot. Connor Mitchell, he's got the first. He faked that screen to Cordell Braxton, number 7, and then took it himself. It was kind of close there.
They're going to give it to him.
So drag that box, move those chains. Here we go. 1st and 10 now for the Blackman Blaze. Ball's just on the 42-yard line.
Going for Williamson, and it hits right off his hands. That ball is a tidbit overthrown by Connor Mitchell, but really that's the throw that you want him to make. He put it in a spot where only Connor Williamson could catch that football. What overthrows the corner, overthrows the safety. Unfortunately, just a bit too much mustard on it.
If you can't tell it, we're sitting right in the heart of the band. And that 60-piece member band is playing awful loud, I can tell you that. Here we go. Connor Mitchell operating out of the shotgun. He's got Braxton to the left.
Brown again. They said his knee was down. I was going to say.
Emilio Martin.
Or Martin, excuse me.
We haven't called his name that much this season. Martin, who is a sophomore wide receiver. Big old long, lanky kid. So that now they got Emilio Martin and Trey Knox, 2 of the tall wide receivers, along with number 19, Connor Williamson.
3rd and long.
Elijah Lane operates out of the slot. Sends Cordell Braxton in motion. Looks downfield.
On a big-time catch.
Absolutely. And who is it? Trey Knox. Guy's got a lot of offers. Who's a junior.
They're picking on that safety, Ben Ball, again. And, you know, you got to think, if you're Cookeville, you got to get a nickel type of personnel in there. You need to bring another corner onto the field. It's harder for the bigger body of Ball to be able to keep up with Trey Knox and stay with him step for step.
Connor Mitchell seems more relaxed and has his Blackman Blaze team more engaged into the game. Whistle blows, flags fly. It's going to be a dead ball. False start. Cost them 5 yards. They'll back it up. It'll be 1st and 15. He's going to step it off.
I got us a quick score.
We got a score finally. Talk to me.
That Siegel and Oakland game.
Okay.
It's still the first quarter. It's all tied up at 14.
All tied up at 14. So the Battle of the Boulevard is a little bit more than what we thought.
Yeah, and that's also one of those games that, you know, you get into a rivalry, all bets can be off.
Connor Mitchell, ooh, completes it to Trey Knox. Number 4 was there. Jarquez Hicks was there on the stop. But boy,
that's a play that I think they may have just drawn up here within these last couple of weeks, because they had a screen set up over here. They even run the right guard and right tackle over to this side. You take your left guard and left tackle over there to Trey Knox, fake it one way, throw it the other. That's something I have not seen them run this year.
Adding more as the season goes on, a little bit more of a package, or extending your packages as you get deeper into the season. Fakes that pass to Cordell Braxton, and number
Michael
15.
Scavo.
Yep. Scavo was
none
there.
of it.
Scavo can run the ball and play that linebacker position.
And here on third down, if I'm Blackman, you got a 4-point lead right here. So you've got Thomas Burks over there on the sidelines, and you are well within range that he can make a kick easily from here. And it'd only be about a 35-yarder from here. So I run the football here, play it conservative. Don't try to get too cute with anything.
Connor Mitchell barking the signals. Braxton to his right, 2-step drop, looking downfield. He loves Trey Knox, but just a little rich on that pass. He overthrows him.
Jarquez Hicks on the coverage there that time. But, you know, that's a throw that, you know, if you're Connor Mitchell, that's okay. Because if you miss him short, then you give an opportunity to Jarquez Hicks to intercept that ball, and then you don't get any points out of this. Now you get a chance for Thomas Burks to trot out here and try to make it a 1-touchdown lead.
What's he got there, Anthony? It looks to me about like a 38-yard field goal.
Yeah, holder looks to be about on the 28-yard line. That's Connor Williamson will hold.
38-yarder.
Snaps a little high.
Oh, it's blocked. This is a live ball, kids. Took his time. He took his time.
It was the high snap is what did it there. If that snaps down, he's able. It was a good job by Connor Williamson to do what he could with it. He has to reach up, catch that football, and those extra added half a second to a second makes all the difference when you're kicking a field goal or an extra point. If one of those three things is off, the whole thing is going to get messed up, and that's what you saw right there. Blackman actually, they have a new long snapper. Avery Watson, David Watson's son, was the long snapper. Of course, has that heart murmur now, so can't play any football anymore. So a new long snapper there for Blackman they've had to experience with this year.
Gist on the run. Gist picks up about 3 yards. Just bring up second down.
And now here, if you're Blackman, you got to really buckle down here, because you get the football to start the game. You let Cookeville drive down the field and take the lead before halftime, you might be in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, Cookeville going to get the ball to start the second half. Good point. But he's got plenty of time to run Jimmy Maynard offense. You got 4:46.
Exactly. And
Gist picks up about 3 more yards.
Do you hear that, Stork? You don't really hear anything, do you? That's something that's really, really cool that I just picked up on about this Cookeville crowd. Even though it's just a high school football game, they get real quiet every time their team's on offense. Then they get the shakers back out when they're on defense.
Dontavius Claybrooks, number 34, was there on that last stop. And it's a 3rd and 5 for Cookeville. And they won't talk about it.
Timeout there.
Yeah, that's a good timeout. It's a timeout on the field with 4:02 left. Blackman's leading this one 7-3. Got any scores for me?
I'm going to try to get it pulled up
Pull Cecil up. Appreciate Tom.
11:55 left in the. Sorry about that.
Go ahead.
11:55 left in the second quarter. MTCS has an 8-0 lead on Clarksville Academy. We got Riverdale takes the lead 14-7 on Coffee County. Yancey to Campbell on a 66-yard touchdown pass in the first quarter is what did it there. They're actually at the end of the first quarter in that one. Stewart's Creek, 14-3. They have the lead right now on Smyrna.
Well, they'd like to put it on Smyrna.
We're getting close to halftime in that one as well.
Well, you know they'd be fired up going in at half.
Yeah, got to do something.
Back here though, at the Jelly Dome, Jelly Watson.
It's a big time tackle right there by number 92, Trevin Brown. They were getting close to picking that up, and I think he did get it. Ooh, just about by half a yard, but it's enough to move the sticks. That's why football's a game of inches, folks.
Cade Smith gets a fresh set of 4. He's got Scavo to the left of him. Taking his time, clock still moving. Looking to the right.
Got Hicks.
Yep, on the screen. Hicks got some running room. Hicks got some wheels. Hicks to the 40, 35. He's going to the end zone. 25. He's going to tie it up. Come on, man.
They're going to take the lead on that right there. That is a heck of a play right there by Jarquez Hicks. Does that all by himself. Didn't have anybody out there to block for him. He turns on the afterburners, and now we've got ourselves a 9-7 ball game. And all of a sudden, you feel the momentum shift yet again.
Cade Smith did a real good job. Just put it in Hicks's hands, and Hicks did the rest. Hicks, a 5'9", 175-pound senior. PAT attempt in order. Untimed down.
Got a flag on the field.
Wait for the call from William Wynn.
Offsides on Blackman.
Well, you don't go for 2. You go ahead and kick it and get your 1 and make it 10-7.
You see Jimmy Maynard down there immediately. Let's decline the penalty. Just let him kick the football. Take what they will give you.
Yeah. These are the weeks that upsets happen. Week 7 and 8. I said it before. I'll say it again. 10-7. Cookeville. And Cookeville, who has, we saw the senior banners as we was coming in. They've got a good balanced team, probably about, 16, 17 seniors, 16, 17 juniors. They got quite a good balance of teams.
Yeah, you look up and down this roster, and it's not only is it the kids that are like 16, 17.
They got a ton of sophomores. 17, coach.
Yeah, it's all these kids they're playing though too. I've seen a lot of kids come off these sidelines, even if it's just in a special teams role, coming out here and playing. And when you play in a game like this against a Blackman Blaze football team, you go out, you play the Riverdale Warriors, you play the Oakland Patriots. That's what makes them so competitive in this region. It was a good addition to the region. They're 6-1 as well. This is a really good football team they got over here, and coming in here tonight, this was exactly the type of ball game that I was expecting to see.
Well, they put one on Blackman, man. You'll remember it the rest of your life. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
So you're David Watson. You're gonna try to score here, aren't you, as quickly as possible?
Well, first of all, you're going to get really good field position because they just kicked that ball out of bounds. So
gonna get on 35.
Yeah, you've got all 3 of your timeouts, and you've got 3.5 minutes as well. Where you've seen the most success has been getting the football into the hands of your receivers. They haven't been able to run the ball all that well. Emilio Brown has had a couple of catches as well. They've got, Trey Knox, or Emilio Martin, excuse me. I keep saying Brown. They need to continue to get the ball into these receivers' hands. Even if it's just these short, little safe passes, they've been able to find out this is where we're going to hurt Cookeville the most. They're playing real physical up front. We're having trouble running the ball. I'd continue to throw it if I'm Blackman.
Martin's at the bottom of your screen, and Connor Mitchell's looking for him. That's who they finds. Nice
going
pass.
Up and getting that ball.
He went up and got it. It's going to be just right at about the 49-yard line. It may have broke the play. 48, 49-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to give it to him. They're going to give it
up to the 48.
Connor Williamson into the ball game now for Blackman. I'm going to put Martin at the top of your screen. He's going to be in one-on-one coverage with J.P. Bush. Trey Knox in the slot. Cordell Braxton in the backfield.
They send Trey Knox in motion. Connor Mitchell, he's going to keep it himself. He's off to the races, up to the 45 of Cookeville, and now up to the 40-yard line.
And Cookeville bringing pressure off that backside edge. You know, we said earlier tonight, 74, the normal starting left tackle, Jameel Hughes out, 70, Mason Griffith in there. They bring pressure off that edge. You saw two linebackers come in there. Great recognition there by Connor Mitchell. Knew what was happening immediately and tucks it away, takes it off the right side, and is able to make something happen.
And he's got a fresh set of 4, so he's 1st and 10. Cordell Braxton's to his left. Elijah Lane's up there in that slot. And they give it to Cordell Braxton. Tackle made by number 16, Cooper Norton. He was the guy that just made the tackle a while ago. 2:19 left here in the first half. Cookeville on top, 10-7.
Starting to tick-tock here as well. Got to put the ball in the air.
Waiting for that call on the sidelines.
We're going to be under 2 minutes by the time they snap this ball.
Been impressed with Emilio Martin's play.
Yeah, he's done very well. Stepped up. He's got 4 catches here so far.
The sophomore, Connor Mitchell, rolling to the left of the screen. And he completes it to who? Trey Knox.
I think it might be coming back, though, Stork. I think we're going to have a holding call on the right.
You can't do that. That'll cost you 10 yards.
That on that right side of that offensive line, I think they're going to hit 78 Michael Brown with it. We'll see what the call is, though. I'm not a referee. Could very well be wrong.
Thank goodness you're not. Illegal procedure. Got him on a procedure call.
Again, like I said, not a referee. So, but either way, that's gonna mark off a good 15, 20 yards from where they could have been, and it takes them out of field goal range as well, which is what they need at the very least to do. Is tie this football game before you go into the half.
2nd down, 2nd and 15 now for the Blackman Blaze. Waiting for that call to come in off that sideline. We're down to 1 minute and 32 seconds.
10 seconds left on that play clock.
5 seconds on the play clock to get it off. Connor Mitchell.
Pick. That's
pick.
Ball. Yeah.
We got ourselves a ball game, kids.
Connor Mitchell just trying to bite off more than he could chew right there. He's trying to force feed Trey Knox right there. And, you know, that's why I was saying earlier today, or earlier in the broadcast, they're starting to become really one-dimensional.
Guys, the guy that just intercepted that is their punter kicker, number 10, Jacob Anderson. That was Jacob Anderson.
Okay.
So, you know, you just run basic vanilla play. You don't want to get yourself in trouble. Or you're not going to put it up in the air.
We got a 10-7 lead right now. If I'm Jimmy Maynard, let's run the football, which is what we've been doing well already anyways. Let's take this thing into half. I'm real proud of the way my kids have been playing so far from Cookeville.
And that looks like what he's going to do. Blackman Blaze Band has made it here.
Yeah, I did see a bus roll in a little bit ago. They showed up a little bit late, but they did make it.
The Blaze
That's
Band.
nice that they made the trip.
They should have been here earlier to hear their fight song.
The fight song being played. Yeah.
40 seconds. Jimmy Maynard just taking his time. We have had a great first half of football.
Off to number 3, David Gist.
So they give it to Gist. Not much there. Maynard's going to take his time and try to make that the last play with 22 ticks. You got something for me?
Try to get you a couple of quick scores here before we go to the half. Got a 22-14 lead for Oakland now over Siegel.
Yeah, that sounds more like
Jerron Rooks finds the end zone.
Jerron Rooks.
Going back, get this refreshed so I can try to get you folks the quickest score. Everything else that we've got on here is what we've told you earlier other than that Oakland score. So we're going to let you folks enjoy both the Cookeville and Blackman bands. And we will be back here in about 20 minutes for the third quarter.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining Stork Vision, and we appreciate our sponsor, John Jones Real Estate.
Is this band?
didn't make sure I were also there with you. Oh,
They all go back out here so they can loosen up for an extra 3 minutes. Right, yep.
I didn't know that boat seat this game. Down under the
All right, we're back here at Cookeville High School. Your score, Cookeville Cavaliers 10, Blackman Blaze 7. Blaze Band has arrived. They're basically playing their Prince halftime show. They're not on the field, but they're playing as if they were on the field. But, Anthony, we just picked up a little tidbit. Watson Brown is here on the sideline and coaching and assisting Cookeville and Jimmy Maynard and Cookeville Cavaliers. And we got ourselves a ball game.
Yes, we do. And, I was fully expecting something exactly like this either way to happen. I know, it hadn't been very long that the Murfreesboro population has gotten to see Cookeville. It's only been these past couple years, and they may be a little bit. They're getting close, but they always play a good competitive game with all these Murfreesboro schools. They're a good football team. And they've showed that tonight. They've come out and, as far as I'm concerned, have won. I'm going to continue using it again. I know you're getting burnt out on it, but they've won the physical battle. They've come out here and they've established their brand of football. They've forced Blackman to really throw the ball a lot more than they've had to this year, in which Blackman has not done a bad job throwing the ball. They are completing a lot of their passes, but when you're a team that hadn't thrown a whole lot and you're forced to start throwing the ball a lot more, things start happening. And late there in the second quarter, that interception, that was big because they were driving the ball, getting down to where Thomas Burks could have tied the football game. But
they got that blocked.
Yeah, and then that got blocked by that high snap. So momentum-wise, it's all on Cookeville's side right now, and they're about to get the football back. It would be huge if they could go down the field, make this a two-possession football game, because that's, in a game like this, if you get a two-possession lead, that's when whoever's on the short end of that stick is going to start getting desperate. They're going to start having to try to force things, and problems can happen.
Absolutely. And so you're Jimmy Maynard, head coach of the Cavaliers. What are you telling your kids right now? That when we come back out, what are we going to do?
Number one, I am extremely, extremely proud of the tone that you've come out here and set in this first half. Now, what we've got to do here in the second half is do not take your foot off the gas. Everything that we have been doing has been working. Offensively, we bring Scavo into the backfield. The big bruiser gets us a couple of yards. David Gist has been doing well. Cade Smith has made a couple of good throws when he's had to throw the ball. Defensively, they've come out not afraid to put 8 men in the box, even though Blackman's going to throw the ball. They're going to force them to, whatever Blackman's going to do, they're going to have to do it quick because they're going to continue bringing pressure.
You just don't want to get out of your character. What brought you here? You want to do that for quarter 3 and 4.
Exactly. You want to continue doing what you've been doing and force Blackman to make the adjustments now. And that's, if you're David Watson right now, it's all about making the right adjustments. You've seen, okay, we're not running the football too well here in this first half. We've been forced to have to throw the ball, and we've gone downfield and we've had a couple of big throws, and Trey Knox has made some big catches. But they're starting to key in on that. They're trying to get double coverage on Trey Knox, so you're forced to have to, get some other guys involved. They need to get Adonis Ote in there, Connor Williamson, a kid that they haven't thrown the ball to yet. 81, Emilio Martin, has had 5 catches here in this first half. They've done a good job getting him involved. They just need to get him to that second level as well, because if you're going to be throwing the ball here, those second level passes is where you're really going to hurt them.
Well, Blackman, they need this win really bad. Cookeville needs this win really bad. But this could really mix it up if Cookeville comes along and beats Blackman. And Cookeville has to play Oakland next week, so their schedule don't get any easier.
They are. And try to get you folks a couple of quick scores here before we get going in the third quarter of this one. Riverdale and Coffee County. Riverdale starting to pull away now. Yeah. It's 28-7 in that ball game. The Oakland and Siegel game, I think it's halftime right now. Siegel turned the ball over 3 times in the second quarter. Oakland has apparently had a lot of penalties, playing kind of sloppy football right now. But they, at 2:53 left in the second quarter, had a 29-14 lead over Siegel.
Well, you know, that's a tough place to play. That's a tough game. It doesn't matter, you know, talent-wise on both sides of the field. You know, Siegel don't like Oakland, and Oakland don't like Siegel.
No, and it's a great rivalry that, you know, throughout the years.
That started when Siegel was built because they took the kids from Oakland's district,
right,
from their school zone, and
exactly.
That's how you built Siegel.
You're pulling kids away from Oakland, and Siegel's had, you know, just a few years back. We go back 5 years ago. They had that team with Brent Stockstill and Tay Martin and Trey Gooch and all them. They make that run, end up making it to play Maryville, only lose by 3. And then you've had kids come through Oakland, the Smith brothers, you know, Jacoby Stevens, even more recently, where Oakland's dominated the
Kevin
rivalry.
Prather's at UT Martin.
Yeah.
Jack Jones, it's over at UT.
Absolutely, and it's a rivalry that, and you know, in rivalry games, even if teams are, you know, they're a little down and they're not quite as good talent-wise, it's still going to be, to a certain extent, a good game.
Let's talk a little bit about my sponsor, the guy that takes care of this feed and is bringing all this action to you. That's John Jones, John Jones Real Estate. You know, when it comes to buying or selling real estate, there's only one place to go. That'd be John Jones Real Estate. His amazing team is right there to serve you. Let me tell you a little bit about what you get when you get on with John Jones. First of all, he sold over 4,500 homes, and that experience speaks for itself. Number 2, you get a specialist in surrounding areas to ensure every detail is covered and make the process easy and stress-free. Number 3, you will receive many added value services at no additional cost, including that new truck to help you move. And finally, but not least, you know, finally and not the last thing, it's all his preferred vendors. You know, he's got people to help you. He can do staging. He can do anything you need to do. John Jones Real Estate, located right there in Rutherford County. Rutherford County's #1 real estate guy. That's John Jones.
That Oakland game, we did get an official halftime score, 36-14 Patriots.
Patriots get their foot on the gas now.
Yeah. You know, you look at their schedule coming up next week. They come up here and play Cookeville. And then
I think they end up with Warren County.
Yeah, I think week 10 they end up playing with Warren County. You know, they come up here and they take care of business against Cookeville and finish the season undefeated. You're going to host all your playoff games more than likely. So they're in real good position to control their own destiny.
Absolutely. Well, they put 2 minutes back on the clock. Everybody getting warmed up and stretched out. We're getting ready to roll here shortly at the Jelly Dome.
The Jelly Dome, I like it. Eddie Jelly Watson Stadium,
which was Coach Watson's grandfather.
Right, and Mac Brown that coached at Texas was his grandfather as well.
So it's just a long line of coaching history there.
Line of history, and we got, you know, about a minute and a half left here until we get things rolling. And you know, like we said, Cookeville going to get the football. You see Cade Smith down there warming up on the sidelines. Everybody's stretching out, getting ready to go. But really, it's going to come down to this Blackman defense as well, because Cookeville has been able to come out and do whatever the heck that they've wanted to do so far for the most part. Blackman has stepped up and made a couple of plays on defense when it mattered, and what they're going to have to start doing now is you're going to have to start forcing some punts. You know, Cookeville, I don't think, punted the ball at all in the first half. They didn't get a turnover on downs. So you're gonna have to try to force Cookeville into some 3 and outs to try to take some of that momentum away from them.
Well, Cookeville won the toss at the start of the game if you're just joining us, so they're going to get the ball at the start of the second half, or at least Blackman's going to kick it to them. We should be ready for a great 20 24 minutes of football here. Tennessee kicks off early tomorrow. They play South Carolina. That's like 11 o'clock game.
Yeah, early one out there in Knoxville. We were talking about it on the way here. The spread in that one is they got Tennessee by 3.5. But honestly, with the way things have folded out, I don't know if Tennessee's going to cover that spread.
And starting a new quarterback, Garantano.
Yeah, it's Garantano's going to play, and Quentin Dormady. He's not sure what he's going to do.
He's not sure what he's going to do with his life.
Yeah,
he's contemplating whether he wants to play football.
Even be at the University of Tennessee. Period.
Yeah. And
it's been a rough year for the folks up in Knoxville. There's, very high expectations going into the year. And they just, unfortunately, things have not folded out the way that they've wanted.
No, and switching at this point in time, it puts a lot of pressure on that kid, coming in. And you got to play against South Carolina. And by the way, after this week, I got one for you. We're going to Tuscaloosa to take on Alabama, so that'll be a ride within itself. Well, here we go. We'll try to get back underway. 10-7, Cookeville.
Set to return the kickoff for the Cavaliers.
Some fans are impeding our clock feed. We're sorry about that. Hopefully that'll clear up here in a second as we get back underway. I've moved it 3 or 4 times, and they keep sliding around. Either way, here we go. Thomas Burks kicked it into the back of the end zone. It was not returnable. Jimmy Maynard's Cookeville Cavaliers, I've got ready to say Cleveland. Cookeville Cavaliers will start their first series of offense here in the second half.
Speaking of Cleveland, how about that collapse by those Cleveland Indians?
Yeah. And the Nats lost, and Yankees are playing. We don't have a score on that Yankee game. I need one of those. So they give it to Giss. Not much of a gain there. Number 9 was there on the stop. That's Connor Murphy. It's going to bring up second down. Let's call it 2nd and 9 now for the Cavaliers. Cade Smith is the quarterback. He wears number 6 for Cavaliers. He's operated out of shotgun the whole night. He's got Scavo, the big kid, that's number 15, just to his left, and he'll use him. Quarterback keeper picks up maybe 3.
Now you're going to see yourself in a 3rd down situation where you're forced to throw the ball. They saw themselves in a situation like that earlier. They were able to convert on a good post route to Jarquez Hicks, who was picking on Adonis Otey. Otey at the top of the screen right now is going to be matched up with Hicks. You've got Dial in the slot up there at the top, matched up with Ibrahim Kadir.
They got Gist to the left, and he gives it to Gist, and that ain't going nowhere.
Tried to set up a draw, and Blackman was having none of it. They were ready for it.
Alec Payton, number 5, was there to help make sure it didn't go nowhere.
Just saying, Blackman really needed to come out and get a 3 and out, force them to punt the football off. So now you just come out, you get the ball back real quick. Now you're in the driver's seat. You're in control to be able to do what you want.
Jacob Anderson is the punter. He's a senior, 6'1", 200-pound senior. Going to punt the ball for Cookeville.
Got 2 returners back there.
They kick it out of bounds?
Did.
Wait for the spot. It's going to come in somewhere around 48-yard line, 46. 46 is where it's going to be spotted.
Good field position here for Blackman. They're on the plus side of the field. You're in Cookeville territory to start out. You've only got to travel about 25 yards to be able to tie the football game on the leg of Thomas Burks.
Connor Mitchell will run the offense for the Blackman Blaze. He wears number 6. And looks like he's got Cordell Braxton to his right. Got Trey Knox down here by us. Fakes it to Braxton. Goes to Knox across the middle. Number 13 was there. Cole Parkinson trying to drag him down. Not before Trey Knox picks up a first down. Drag those chains. Move that box.
That play action. Well, Cookeville comes out there in zone coverage right there. That play action freezes the linebackers, and it frees Trey Knox up over the middle to be able to make the grab.
Braxton to the left. Connor Mitchell keeping it himself. Just going to take it on that left side. Lowers his head. Runs right into number 15, Michael Scavo. And he picked up about 5-6 yards. I'll wait for that spot.
Yeah, I'll give him about
2nd and 5. Clock continuing to work. Clock continuing to get impeded by our fans. I've moved it 3 times. I may have to move it a 4th. Let's Cordell Braxton have it. Cordell Braxton finds a seam, goes right up the middle, spinning, moving forward. Tackled by number 21, J.P. Bush, the 5'9", 145-pound senior, and he takes it into the red zone.
And that's what Blackman has been waiting on all night. They've been trying so desperately to get the running game going, and a good run there by Cordell Braxton. And when you bring that element back into the offense, it's going to force Cookeville to start bringing more men into the box and get it to Trey Knox.
Somewhere around the 6-yard line, Connor Mitchell keeps it himself, weaving, working, picks up a couple of yards. He's going to be tackled by number 16. That's Cooper Nord.
Got the ball on the 3-yard line. 2nd down for Blackman. They're knocking on the doorstep, trying to take the lead back.
I give it to Cordell Braxton. Let him run it in. Tell that big line to block. And they give it to Cordell Braxton, but he's met quickly
by Scavo.
So number 15, Michael Scavo. And now it's going to bring up 3rd down situation. It's about on that 1-yard line.
This is a situation where you may see Connor Mitchell get underneath center.
He's not. He's going to operate out of that shotgun. I'd have gotten up underneath that center. Cordell Braxton looking, going right into the end zone. Touchdown, Cordell Braxton. Touchdown, Blackman Blaze.
And you attribute that to the vision right there. Cordell Braxton, I'm sure, who has picked up so much from Master Teague this year. Master Teague is a guy that runs specifically off of his vision. That's where his game is. He's the patient runner. And that what you saw right there from Cordell Braxton. Patient, waits for his blocks to get there, sees an open hole, and then he cuts up, gets it right into the end zone.
Thomas Burks on to kick the field goal. Snap, hold, kick. All of them are good. So your score, Blackman 14, Cookeville 10. Got some scores for me?
Do got some scores. I have to give a big thank you to my good friend Ed Ross for piping the scores in to us tonight. 36-14 Oakland at halftime. I think we had covered that one. Stewart's Creek 14-3. That was at the half as well. And then we even got that Yankees-Astros game.
Thank you.
No score in the 4th inning.
Oh.
No score in the 4th inning.
Boy, that was a good game last night. The Cubbies and the Nats, and then I was flipping back and forth watching the Eagles and the Panthers.
Yeah, that was a really good football team. And Philadelphia has had such a great turnaround from last year. Thomas Burke's going to kick off to David Gist if he's able to return it.
Yeah, normally you can't return a Thomas Burke's kick because he kicks in the end zone. They got a little bit of, they're moved up. He's kicking from the 40. They're going to bring it out on the 20. Start from there.
that last drive for Cookeville, they weren't able to really get anything established. But if I'm Coach Jimmy Maynard, I don't change anything up. It was one drive. It didn't work. You know, we've still been able to play a physical brand of football, and what we need to do here is, you know, we can't don't try to get cute, because if you try to get cute and you try to get out of your element, then you're going to have more problems piling up. It's really important that they get points on this drive because they're playing from behind.
Kate Smith wears number 6. Quick whistle, flags fly right at the snap of the ball. Probably a dead ball, false start. Wait for that call. William Wins, who wears that white hat, and that's what it is. Be 1st and 15.
Penalty-wise, Cookeville has done a good job. Turnover-wise as well, that's a big reason why they're in this ball game. Haven't had, I think that was their first penalty actually, and they haven't turned the ball over yet either.
He's got that jumbo package with Michael Scavo in there on that right side. Kate keeps it himself.
The quarterback keeper, that's number 6, Kate.
Picks up about 5-6 yards. Let's call it 2nd and 9. I like it. Could be 2nd and 8.
All this movement that they have, all this movement that they have going on pre-snap is really something that's helped them out quite a bit as well, because you get all those eyes moving on the defensive side of the football, and the more those eyes are moving, the more they have to think, and then they can't just react and play football.
Little screen pass to number 3, David Gist. He's going to get 4 or 5 yards. Going to bring up 3rd down. Jordan Brown was there on the stop, number 4.
Good job getting to the football quickly, because the quicker you get to that football and make that stop, it's going to make it a harder 3rd down situation.
3rd down, long 5, short 6. It's manageable for Kate Smith, the quarterback.
But they are going to have to more than likely throw the ball because of that tackle.
Absolutely. He sits in the pocket.
Good hit there by Adonis O'Tay to jar the ball out of the hands of Dial. Great reaction play in zone coverage right there by the corner.
Don't know what David Watson said to him at halftime, but it's working, because Blackman looks a different, looks a little more engaged.
They do. They've come out here and they've said, all right, you know, we know what we did wrong in the first half. Let's make these adjustments, come out here and win the second half.
Absolutely.
2 straight 3 and outs here.
They punt that ball up to about the 39-yard line.
On the return for Blackman, number 8, James Carson.
Carson on the return. He maybe gets 6 yards.
Ben Loftus.
And that's where Connor Mitchell will go to work.
This is a big drive.
Absolutely, because they can put a little bit more of a spread on.
Makes it that 2-possession game. Now they're in their first. This is their first opportunity they've had tonight to really open up the score and force Cookeville to start playing a desperate type of football.
Absolutely. Blackman comes out with confidence this time. Cordell Braxton to the right. And he lets him have it. Braxton working that left side, just following his tackles. Did a real good job.
Patience and the vision right there.
Picked up about 7-8 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Because there wasn't a whole lot there initially, and he's able to just keep going towards the sidelines. He's able to make something happen.
Whistles, that's going to be a dead ball, false start.
Back you right back up to where you started from.
Absolutely.
It's going to be 2nd down, 9 to go. Just checked on the scores. We're still at halftime as far as we know over in those Murfreesboro schools.
They sent Trey Knox up to the top of the screen.
Emilio Martin going to go with him.
Yeah. So if you're going to be throwing, you're going to be throwing to that left.
It's going to be that short side of the field. I think they're trying to open up the run.
But Connor Mitchell keeps it himself. Picks up like maybe 2-3 yards on that second down run. Bring him a third down. You're going to be what? 3rd and 7?
3rd and 7. You're going to have to throw the football here again. And if this Cookeville defense could come out and get a stop, that would be big here because this offense hadn't really been able to get a whole lot going right here. So they're going to have to ride this defense into the fourth quarter.
It's 3rd down.
Connor Mitchell working out of that shotgun.
Set up a screen to Knox.
Didn't work.
Couldn't haul it in.
And now they're punting.
Now they're going to have to punt. A good stop there by that Cookeville defense. They came out. They stayed strong. They were able to do what they needed to.
Trying to adjust our scoreboard clock to work within the fans. I can't win for losing. Hicks on the return up to about the 25-yard line. Flags fly. I can't get out of this fan's way. I'm trying. I'm sorry. About jerked the feed out of Judy's camera, so we got to stop that.
On that last punt there, really high towering kick that was fielded inside the 20 by Thomas Burks. That's a great punt right there. A lot of hang time, get your return, get your coverage team time to get down there and make a play. Now here, if you're this Cookeville offense, you might start having to make some changes here.
Tate Smith wears number 6. He's the quarterback operating out of that shotgun. Ooh. He keeps it himself. He pulled it from the belly. He's at the 40, 35, at the 45, the 40, 35, 30. Moves it into Blackman Blaze territory. Fooled us all.
That did fool us all. I thought they had David Giss swallowed up in the backfield there, but it was Cade Smith with that football going to that read option right there. Something they've ran a couple of times here tonight, but just small, subtle changes. You run a couple of different plays where you can still play that physical brand of football. Good call there by Jimmy Maynard.
Absolutely. Ball's marked just at the 27-yard line. Cade Smith out of that shotgun. Gist is on the right. He gives it to Gist. Gist right up the middle to the 15, the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Cookeville Cavaliers. We got a ball game.
2 plays, 2 runs right off that left guard. And boy, you just gotta love it if you're one of those old-time hard-nosed football fans playing a brand of football like that. They just run it right through the heart of that Blackman defense right there. Retake the lead here late in the 3rd quarter, and just like you said, we've got a ball game on our hands.
3:56 left to go in the 3rd. This is an untimed down for the PAT. It's good. Got a 1-point ball game. Or no, they're ahead, 17-14. Excited.
Just get about one score for you. Just getting ready to start the 3rd quarter. MTCS up 38-0 on Clarksville Academy. And then, coming right back here. all those fans over, you look across over on that Blackman sideline, all those fans are kind of sitting on their hands right now. What just happened?
Yeah, exactly.
It was quick, and it goes to show you in a close football game like this, things can change just like that.
Well, I think they thought they might just get
by
on
the snap of a hand, and yeah, like you said, one of these
get on the bus,
come on
up
over here,
and we'll play them and beat them and come on home. It ain't going to be. It's not going to work that way.
No, it's going to be a full-quarter fight, and Blackman certainly starting to realize that right now.
17-14, Cookeville. Cordell Braxton's back deep, rides just about on the, I want to say the 13-yard line.
Does take a bad bounce and stays in the field of play. You can feel it, but at the same time, you know, it is that close to the sideline. See if that thing will go out of bounds, and you start to drive on the 40 instead of the 27-yard line.
Connor Mitchell will start just about at the, I don't know, how about the 27-yard line? 1st and 10 for him. He's going to operate out of that shotgun. Elijah Lane is in the slot. They send Otay in motion. Mitchell looking downfield. It's picked off. Picked off. That's number 30, kids. That's number 30. Clay Massengill. And if I'm not mistaken, his dad played football at Tennessee Tech years ago.
And
Clay Massengill.
Three plays that it's taken to completely shift the tide of this football game. Pending this PAT, Cookeville's going to have a 10-point lead, and 4 plays ago, they were down by 3. Just goes to show you how quickly things can go south if you do not stay focused.
23-14, looking to make it a 10-point lead. All they need to do is pop it through the uprights. They do that. Wow.
24-14 is your score, folks. And you know let's go back to that last throw. They fake the option going to, and then they roll Mitchell out to the right. They got 2 receivers going out there in the flat. And what he had Martin out there in the flat and tried to get, I believe it was Knox, cutting back on a slant, trying to throw across his body. And those throws where you go across your body over the middle of the field.
There's only one guy that could do that, and he was from Kiel, Mississippi.
Yeah, you get into trouble.
From Kiel, Mississippi, played at Southern Miss.
Brett Favre.
That's right. That's right.
He was at the Tennessee game last week, wasn't he?
He sure was, and for what I'm not for sure what the connection was, why he was there.
I think it was on the sideline. I think it was something to do with one of his sponsors that he's got to deal with. Is what it was.
Well, he was selling jeans. I know that.
They're gonna let this one go out of bounds this time.
Uh-oh, what was that? Oh, nothing. Just kicked out of bounds.
Yeah.
That kid walked by the ref, and I thought, well, you know.
Yeah.
They're gonna mark it at about the 35.
Okay, now if you're Blackman here, you've got to stop and breathe.
Yeah.
They just had so much happen over the course of a couple of plays. Look up at the scoreboard. There's 3 minutes and 43 seconds left in the third quarter. You've got 13 minutes left of football to play. All of your timeouts left here in the second half. You came out on these first couple of drives in the third quarter and really did a great job offensively. Let's get back to what we were doing. We've got plenty of time to play. There's plenty of football left. We can make this a game here.
Jimmy Maynard talking to him down there on the sidelines. They're going to force him to they're actually going to make them re-kick it. And they'll be kicking it from the 35. They're on 35.
Right, yeah. I can see why they're calling this, because if they keep kicking, they've been picking over there on that left side toward Jordan Brown and Connor Williamson. They don't want to kick it deep. Now, if they kick it over there, he's going to be fielding it on the 40 anyways, so you get better field position if you make them kick again.
Jordan Brown, like you said, is that second man up on that far side. He wears number 4. And he'll come into the picture here short.
Oh, and they kick it short.
Did they kick it onside?
Well, what they did is they had their kicker. See whose football this is. I was going to say, I thought Blackman had picked it up, but what they did was when he was down there, he was looking across that front line, and they were looking across, and they pick 97 Jalen Greatrex. He's a defensive lineman on that front line. He's a kid that's in there to block. Kick a line drive right at this kid. He doesn't have good hands. This thing's going to bounce off of him. You pick the football up, it's your ball.
Right.
But the bad side to that is he did catch the ball, and now Blackman's got great field position. Connor
Mitchell's at their 45, and he's running the offense. He gives it to Cordell Braxton on that left side. He picked up a good 6 yards. Got some scores for me?
I do. We're in the third quarter. Stewart's Creek still holding on to that 14-6 lead over Smyrna. Smyrna had some trouble with Laverne earlier this year, and they were able to pull one out late. Braxton's going to be swallowed up by Michael Scavo, a guy that I'm sure we've called his name at least 10 times tonight making
15.
tackles.
That's number 15. Third down, 3rd and 6. Short 6, long 5.
I think this right here is where you're at field position-wise is 4-down territory for Blackman. Thomas Burke's a talented punter as well. You could very well pin them very deep. But at the same time, right here at the 40-yard line, yeah, they're going to take a timeout and talk about what to do, because I think they're thinking 4-down territory is what they're going to do. Let's get 2 plays in mind so that if we don't get this 3rd down, we can hurry up to the line, try to get Cookeville to jump off sides, get a free 1st down, and then if not, you have a 2nd play that you called in the huddle that you can run.
Well, you big boys are loving this weather because it is currently 60 degrees up here on the plateau. As Judy the Beauty is smiling along with Anthony Fiorella. We were talking about that clip in the weather on the way up.
One score update for you guys. MTCS 44-8. They're up on Clarksville Academy now.
Beautiful night for football here in Clarks, Vegas, Tennessee, or Cookeville, excuse me.
Cook Vegas.
Home
of the state championship game.
Yeah, I won't be back here unless we come as fans, but in about 7-8 weeks I'll have the championship here.
No, indeed. There's Trey Knox.
Too rich.
It was the press coverage by Jarquez Hicks. Right off the snap of the football, he gets his hands in, pops Trey Knox off the snap, knocks him 2 steps back, and that's about where he was, 2 steps short of catching that football. Blackman's going to bring out the punting team, I believe.
So you give the ball back to Jimmy Maynard. What do you do if you're Jimmy Maynard? Put your foot on the gas and keep doing what you've been doing.
Run the ball. Run the football. You've been doing so great running the football. You get those, your defense is making plays. That, Blackman starts this drive at the 45-yard line. They don't get any points out of this.
That's
the
bad.
Defense is stepping up. Just continue to run the football.
Delay a game now called against Blackman.
I think that's a penalty you take on purpose right there to give Thomas Burks more room to kick down there to try to so it doesn't go into the end zone. Cookeville doesn't have anybody back there right now. They may send somebody back there now. I think they may have been thinking Blackman was going to fake it.
They'll send Hicks back there. I don't look for a fake here.
No, not anymore. They're definitely going to kick the football.
Burks with a nice, high, soaring punt. It's going to go out of bounds.
Inside the 20-yard line. That's exactly what you want if you're the punter.
So it's going to end up about the 17-yard line. you're Cade Smith, you know, you're just going to come out and use your big boy package and try to run it?
Yep, that's exactly what I'm doing. If I'm Coach Jimmy Maynard, Cade Smith, come out with that 2 tight end set, give the ball to Michael Scavo a couple of times, continue feeding Gist. You know, Cade Smith's been doing a great job running the football as well. Milk this clock, take it on into the fourth quarter with a 10-point lead.
Well, you definitely don't want to put it there when you got a 10-point lead. Cade Smith keeps it himself, runs along that right side. Not before he gets at least 4 yards.
You got to give credit to this offensive front for Cookeville. They've done, especially on the interior, the center and these 2 guards, they've done such a great job handling the talented Trevin Brown, the defensive tackle for Blackman.
Jameis Carson on the stop, number 8 for Blackman on that last play. Get the big boy up there in that slot and give it to Gist.
And out to number 3, David Gist.
Gonna be close to the first down.
It's another Jensen Turnbull.
Drag those chains and pull that box. Fresh set of 4 given to the Cookeville Cavaliers.
Run it again. Same thing, same play. Just keep going right up the gut. If they can't stop it, why quit running it?
Right, and guess what else is running? That clock. Cade Smith out of the shotgun, going for a screen pass, and he completes it to number 18. That's Ben Ball, 6'2", 180-pound senior.
Got a minute left here in this third quarter.
And now we're at 13 minutes, and this ball game's going to be over. Taking their time, burning this clock. Scavo to the left, the big boy. They send Hicks in motion. Quarterback keeper. Got away from that one.
Keeper number 6, Smith. Tackle made by number 90.
Big Ben Kalou. 24 ticks left.
I think they're going to go ahead and let this thing run off into the fourth quarter.
And the ball's just at the 36-yard line. We're going to switch sides, put another 12 on the board. We'll find out who the winner is.
And yeah, folks, fasten the seatbelt because it's still wide open.
Okay. Jimmy Maynard, you want to eat up a big bunch of clock. So you're just going to try to just run it, eat up a big bunch of clock.
Absolutely.
You're David Watson. You don't want to take any chances, but at the same time, you got to look for a way. You want to be running that fist up in there, trying each time they're carrying the ball, just doing everything you can to try to pop a turnover.
Yeah, they need a big play. Blackman, they get all their momentum off these big plays that they're able to make.
Explosion
plays. Now they're on the offensive side of the ball, it's those explosion plays. But now they're faced with a situation for the first time this year where they need their defense to step up and get a big turnover, set this offense up in good shape. They've already shown they can move the ball on this Cookeville defense. They just need their own defense to be able to step up. You know, like you just said, punch a ball out. You know, if they decide to throw the ball, pick one off.
Anything you can do. If you're Blackman, you're looking at every opportunity, every snap.
You got to create. You got to tie the ball game.
You got to create right here. Gist is to the left. And he keeps it himself. Quarterback. He's going to win this himself. He's got a fresh set of 4. He ran out of bounds. That isn't what he wanted to do, but he got the first down.
The most important, you got to get that first down, keep the chains moving, keep the ball out of Connor Mitchell's hands and that Blackman offense's hands. And, you know, now here in the fourth quarter, if Cookeville is able to pick up, you know, we got 54 more yards and get this ball into the end zone again, that might be it.
Cade Smith operates out of that shotgun. He goes right back to Gist. Gist gets up about 9 yards and brings the ball into Blackman Blaze territory.
And I'm not sure why, but I haven't seen a whole lot of pressure coming up the middle from this Blackman defense. If you know that's where they've been pounding the ball all night, and you know the linebackers are just kind of sitting there reading and then reacting.
Actually, it's a pickup of 8. That's a little off. I thought we got a little more of that.
Walk one of them up to the line of scrimmage and send them immediately.
He's got Gist to the right, taking his time. Pulls it from the belly of Gist, goes up the middle. He's trying to get that first down. He's going to be short a little bit, I'm afraid, unless they give him.
Activate by number 92, that's Kevin Brown.
Going to be about a third and
a yard,
maybe 2. Oh, they're going to call it 3rd and 3 up there on the scoreboard.
It's not 3 yards.
3rd and 2. There we go. They adjusted it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, he let Gist have it there at the end. They got the first down.
And that was the very last second. He was hanging on.
He was.
Cade Smith hanging on to that ball so long that David Gist kind of stumbled. He almost fell backwards, but
running that read option.
Yeah, it's a good read. That's the most important thing. You leave that backside defensive end unblocked. If he squeezes down the line, keep it yourself because you got a hole. If he don't squeeze, give it to the running back.
There you go, kids. Football 101. Gist is right behind Cade Smith. High snap. Oh, no. Just going to have to protect it at that point.
That's the second one tonight.
Yep. Ball's now back on the Cookeville 45.
And that was one earlier where it killed the drive, and it's something that's hard to do as a center, but you got to really follow through here. And I think what he's doing is he's kind of lifting his butt up a little too early and getting ahead of himself, and he's throwing it up too high.
2nd and 22 now for the Blaze. I mean for the Cookeville. Gist, it's not going to be there. You're going to have to go to the air now.
It shows you just, when stuff like that happens.
15-yard penalty.
That's going to be a first down.
That's going to be a first down. Merry Christmas.
Trevin Brown down on the field right now. I think he's just cramping though, stretching him out. But boy, very, very undisciplined right there. You've got to stay within yourself. You have them on the ropes about to get
down in about a 23, 24 yard. You need a first down.
You got to get the ball back, most importantly. And now you give them a whole other set of downs to work with.
Unbelievable. Quiet here at Cookeville right now. We're hoping the big guy's okay.
Cramping up.
Yeah.
Big man's had quite a tough game here tonight. The personal foul against Blackman by Willie Wynn. There's the call.
Yeah, and that's
first down.
First down. So Cade Smith's getting a fresh set of 4. Should be.
Chain Gang hasn't switched it up yet. Should be an automatic first down, I thought, if it's a personal foul.
Apparently it's not. It's going to be 3rd down, 3rd and 9, but he got a lot of it back.
Yeah.
And a personal foul. Somebody got their name written up. Hold on. We may get this first down. So what is he talking about? No, timeout on the field. Jimmy Maynard wants to talk about it. With 8:34 left to go in the ball game. This one's gone quick. We've only had a few in the air. They've kept it on the ground. Got some scores for me?
Got a couple of scores for you.
Give me a little something.
The Riverdale Warriors are beating the Coffee County Red Raiders by a score of 42-7 in the 3rd quarter. Columbia Academy, a 19-14 lead on Eagleville right now. And that game in the third quarter as well. That's one of those lull games you were talking about. The Eagleville's had a heck of a year this year. They find themselves down by 5. Let's see right here, 36-14 still for Oakland and Siegel. Siegel came out and stopped Oakland on their first possession in the third quarter, but Oakland still very much so in the driver's seat of that one.
Absolutely.
Big third down right here.
Yeah,
and they're Blackman very lucky that it still is third down from the penalty. But the field position game is still very important as well. That 15 yards is going to come back, and it may bite them.
Gives it to Scavo. It's going to be close. What do you do?
Punt the ball.
Punt the ball.
You got a 10-point lead. Pin them as far back, force them to try to drive 90-plus yards to get some points back. You know, we're chewing up clock. I'd punt the football here. I think they're going to go for it, though. It is a short field, but if you got a punter that can pop that thing up in the air, I'd punt it. They may try to get him to jump and then call timeout.
Long cadence. No, he's going for it. Gives it to Gist. Up the middle. He's got it. And then some. Oh, my goodness. He's up to about the 15-yard line. Not far from the red zone.
Blackman is on the ropes now. And right here, if they can step up and hold Cookeville to a field goal, you're still within a 2-possession ball game. You get 2 touchdowns, you can still win it. You've got to step up. You can't give up 7, though. If you give up 7, I think that may be it.
Cade Smith continuing to operate out of that shotgun. David Gist is to the right of him, just about a foot behind him. That's the guy that just made the long run. Scavo. They give it back to Gist. Gist going right back up the middle, and he's getting 7 yards up against that Blackman defense. Boy, it'll be a long 1-hour bus ride home for the Blackman Blaze if they cannot come away with this win. Can't take nothing away from Cookeville. They played a great game.
They've played a very great game, and like we were talking about earlier, both of these teams are playing for basically a 2 seed right now in the playoffs.
That's right. Smith fakes that pitch. Gets up 3 yards. He's tackled by number 5. That's Alec Payton. 6:29 left to go in the ball game. 10-point deficit for the Blaze. Well, we can't thank the Cookeville folks. They've been great to us. I think they gave you a cheeseburger or something here at halftime.
Yeah, at halftime. I walked in there and got me something for the ride back home to Murfreesboro.
I'm telling you, they're just taking care of us.
Very, very, very hospitable bunch of people here in Cookeville, and we can't thank y'all enough.
Cade Smith wanted to pass. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to run it. He's going to get up to about the 3-yard line. Runs out of bounds.
Is it enough for they could get a first down out of this. He did. He got enough to make it
was
first
over there to make sure he didn't go nowhere. Number 2. First down. You see him dip that, didn't you? That forward arm of William Wins.
Got us a first down. And Blackman really has to find a way to buckle down now.
Yeah, you got to stop them here. This is your ball game.
Back is literally against the wall. You've got 5 yards in between a 2 and a 3 seed right now.
And Jimmy Mater knows how to play keep away. He gets the ball. He keeps it from you.
Scavo, what a powerful run. He's going to get in.
Yep. Touchdown, Scavo.
What a powerful run right up the gut. Blackman had 2-3 guys, and he just drags them right into the end zone.
Touchdown, Scavo. Touchdown. Cookeville Cavaliers. Beyond time down, PAT attempting order. And it is silence across the way.
You know, just like you said, coming off fall break, ride the bus out here. Get
off that bus.
Get off this bus, win us a little football game. We'll head on back home, get ready for the next one.
It don't work that way. It don't work that way.
31-14 Cavaliers.
And now, you know, Rabbit's got the gun. It ain't no fun when he's got it. You know, Blackman's got to do a whole lot to get back in this ball game, and the way Cookeville's playing, I just don't see it. You got some scores for me?
Yeah, we do. We've got a couple scores for you. Riverdale tacks some more up on Coffee County. It's 49-14 now in the third. 5:46 left in the third of that one. MTCS now up 51-14 on Clarksville Academy.
Middle Tennessee Christian School. See if we can get a Moore County Hutland score. See if them boys can get me one. That's at Moore County. It's a pretty big game. And I don't know who Maryville had tonight. I'm sure they won. And we'll need to try to pick up on Farragut. And then over there in the Williamson County bracket, there's just not a whole lot of noise we have to worry. Oh, off his foot. Cookeville's got it. Cookeville's got it.
They do.
It hit the kid's foot while you were checking the score. It hit him in the ankle, bounced off. Announcer screaming that Cookeville's got it, and I'm screaming
the referee signaled for Cookeville's ball as well.
It's Cookeville's ball.
What a big, still got 5 minutes left, but what a big statement win this would be to show, you know, hey, they pull us into this region and nobody respects us, but we show, hey, we can hang with the big boys, we can play with the big boys. You guys are going to have to circle us on your schedule, and it's going to be a tough one when you come out here to play us.
Jimmy Maynard will end up in that position like Creasy and some of these others. People won't want to come to Cookeville now. You know, oh, I'm not going to Cookeville. He'll beat me. Because everybody in the whole state of Tennessee avoids each other if it means a loss. Cade Smith operates out of the shotgun, gives it to Gist up the middle, pick up about 5 yards.
And Kalu on the stop.
Second down, and the clock will continue to work with 5:12 left to go here in the ball game. I didn't see this coming. I did not. The close game, you know, but then what does this do? Boy, this puts a lot of focus on that backyard brawl coming up here.
That's going to be even more so bigger, because now you're going to see Blackman is going to go from second to fifth, I believe, now in the region standings. They're going to move down behind both Riverdale and Cookeville. So that, yeah, it makes that backyard brawl ever so important for the Blackman Blaze.
Yeah. And, you know, and to think that when Kreisky started the season, Christian Savant breaks his femur, your number one gun quarterback.
And then your best defensive stalwart and defensive tackle, DeAndre Lideker, tears his ACL.
Yeah.
You lose your two best players,
but now they're
you're winning football games still.
As a team, still doing it, still going forward.
It's a testament to Will Kreisky and what he's done with that program.
Look at here, Gist. He is just running like a rabbit.
And it's weird to say. Cookeville's starting to pour it on now, and they're not even trying to pour it on. They're conservative, running the football, but that's what they've been doing all game. They've just been running the ball down Blackman's throat. Getting some different personnel out there now. Gist again on the carry. He's going to pick up a couple.
I'm telling you, the clock is running. Jimmy Maynard's doing just what he wants to do, running the ball and running the clock.
Still 36-14 Oakland late in the third quarter of that one. Seagulls turned the ball over 4 times tonight, and from what I'm reading, they've been moving the ball pretty well on the Oakland defense, but the turnovers have been holding them back quite a bit.
3:07 and the clock just continuing to work. Cade Smith just taking his time out there. Five seconds left on the play clock. Cade Smith keeps it himself. So Blackman will end up losing this ball game. We got another one.
Your Moore County game for you.
Thank you.
The final score. Moore County takes it 28-14 over Huntland.
There you go. Jason Dobbs. We're behind Jason Dobbs. We want him to do good. Former Riverdale line coach. And this is his second year. He last year just trying to figure out what it's like to be a head coach, and he's starting to get some success. And he loves living down there.
Yeah.
Give it to Gist up the middle. He's gashing him for a big pickup of about 13 yards.
I know down there in Moore County, it's everybody, the town shuts down and they all go out to the game. It's one of those towns where
it's Hoosiers.
Yeah, exactly. It's Hoosiers. Exactly. Nothing more to say about it. That's perfect. A perfect summary of that.
Well, they brew a little brown water down there. Jack Daniels Distillery, located right there in Moore County. Back to Gist, up the middle. Just giving it to Gist. Uh-oh, flags are flying. Uh-oh, we got some pushing and shoving. Well, I can't win for losing on this score clock. I'm trying.
We're trying, folks.
You have no idea how bad I'm trying. I think I lost the hum. Whatever I did, I lost the hum.
Jerron Rooks went over 1,000 yards on the season tonight as well for Oakland.
1st and 10 now for Cookeville. Kids, we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast tonight. We definitely appreciate John Jones Real Estate. He is our loan sponsor. We also appreciate Tom Krager down at the Tennessee, and he's pushing this feed out across his website. We appreciate all of you all joining us here for Stork Vision. And he tells me it is week 9, game 9. It is the 8th game, Krager, but okay, it's week 9, game 9. I'll play your game. 2 games left, though. That's all that matters. It's 2 games left.
And I know how he feels. In the print world, everything is to technicality. You've got to be correct in the technicalities.
You don't have to tell me. I got a degree at EKU in mass communications. He's got some type of degree, I don't know, from Indiana. Get it out of a gumball machine. Guess gives it to him.
David Gist gets the call for the Cavaliers.
The whole student body for Cookeville over on the fence right now, getting ready to rush the field.
And good for them. 105, 104, just taking their time. This is the pain part for any team. It's just when you're down and they're just taking their time.
And what makes it even worse is just like you said, you're so far. You're an hour and a half away from home. That bus ride is not going to be a fun one.
We're not going by McDonald's, I'll assure you that, nor KFC.
I know this next week of practice for Blackman is not going to be fun either. It's going to be a physical week of practice, but you got to hand it to this Cookeville football team.
Absolutely.
I very much expected a very competitive football game coming in here, and for them to do this to a team that was at one point ranked number 2 in the state really shows you just what they can do.
Judy the Beauty is ready to capture this moment, and down here to our left, if we had a second camera, we could put it on it. You just can't believe crowds getting ready to rush the field. They're lining up to shake hands. Judy's going to scan down there and see them. Number one, we want to thank Cookeville High School and the faculty and the administration letting us come over here and do this. Very nice, very friendly. Ever since we walked in the door, I mean, they did, like I said, they did everything but feed us and put us up for the night. And they fed you.
They did. I was going to say they did.
They fed you. I didn't ask.
They did even feed us. It's been great. We can't thank all the folks here at Cookeville enough for what they've done for us, for allowing us to come out here and call the football game and shed some light on the kids out here.
We thank our sponsor, John Jones Real Estate. John, we can't thank you enough. If you're looking at buying a home, looking to move to Rutherford County, looking to sell your home, want to talk about some home improvements, whatever you need, John Jones is your man. He's executed over 4,500 real estate transactions. He is the leader in Rutherford County. Nobody can do it like John Jones Real Estate. The lady operating the camera, she's my wife. I couldn't do none of this without her. She supported me from ever since she's met me in 2007, following up on our 10-year anniversary, and I love her to death. That's Judy the Beauty. The guy that's to the left of me, that's Anthony Fiorella. He is my color guy. We also like to thank Tom Krager for being Tom and whatnot. And there goes Cookeville storming the field on this big W. And let's wrap it up here just a few minutes. So Oakland's going to win. They're still undefeated. They got 2 games left. More than likely, they got to come up here and play a happy Cookeville. That's what they're going to play. And of course, I'm sure Kevin Creasy's going to, talk mean to his team, do whatever he can to make sure that they're psyched up when they come up here to play, because that game's here.
Yeah, and you use this game as a measuring stick to tell you where Cookeville's at. The Oakland Blackman game final score, I think Oakland had scored about, 2 more touchdowns than Cookeville had tonight. So if that tells you how close it'll be for the Cookeville-Oakland game, you'd think maybe within 2 scores. It's going to be a really good football game here next Friday night, and a big test for Oakland getting ready to go into the playoffs to solidify that number 1 seed.
You're Will Kreisky. You're excited. You've beaten Coffee County. You're 2 games left. If things go your way, you're heading into that backyard brawl. That'll be a huge game and a pivoting game on where you're going to come out on that other end when we get down to that's going to be huge.
With what's happened here tonight, that game is going to tell both of those teams whether or not they're going to get a home game in the first round.
Or on the road.
Yeah.
On the road.
It's going to very much so tell what's going the destiny of both of these teams are going to be in. For Blackman here tonight, it was kind of a reality check. It tells you where you're at, but at the same time, you're still having a really good year. You've only got 2 losses.
No, I mean, it's not over for Blackman, but on paper, us thinking you picked Blackman to win this game. I picked Blackman. We had not seen Cookeville at all, neither one of us. And then, Riverdale, we were just matching up what we could based on paper.
Yeah, and, you see Blackman, and just like you said, on paper, I think probably everybody in the state picked them to win here tonight.
I would say so.
And for what to happen, it kind of tells you, it's a testament to how good Cookeville has done this year, and it shows where their program is at, and it shows that Blackman, they've been beat up a lot. You know, they were missing Matthew Hall tonight, missing their left tackle tonight. They're missing Master Teague, so they've got some figuring out to do. But it's good to go through these growing pains now at the end of the season before you start the playoffs, so that way when it comes time, you're ready to go.
Well, Anthony, I appreciate you joining us, and everybody out there in Stork Vision Land. We love you, and we love all our fans, and we appreciate you, and we will be back next week. I'm not for sure where we're going to be. We may very well be right back here, and that could very possibly happen, and they said we could come back, so hopefully they'll let us come back if they will. We'll check with the faculty administration. They may even want a copy of my fee. But anyway, we appreciate you, and we will see you next week on Stork Vision.